50% of me definitely wants that, and 50% of me is like, no, please God, no.
Well, for a point of inspiration, would somebody like to go over what happened last time?
We investigated a house.
Oh, you're really going to do it in your own voice after that
I was
fucking
gonna
display?
no. I was gonna start. I can't remember what we did.
This
Start.
time we lived our
Remember we woke up
heroes.
and we were talking to Rick, not Rick Tavio, about things, or was that the beginning of the session before that?
That was the beginning of the session before that, I think.
Okay. Did we start with the house in this one? I can't remember.
This starts noonish. Reese asking what's next. Bran saying the big house on the hill and the weird
Fiona,
sons.
that's right. Fiona's how we started.
Yes. What about Fiona Wachter? And that we asked the shop clerk, and then just got doubt face from the store owner. Yeah, and we go to Lady Fiona's house, and there was the guy who was following us, and the whole book club thing, and she's absolutely not to be trusted, and was going to pay us for if we fuck up a rival, but wasn't really willing to help. And
Reese made her garden awesome.
Yes, Reese had fun in the garden.
We harassed some poor butler to get our way in.
Yes.
Maid. Yes.
Maid, apparently, but we didn't really get in. We just got an audience. But we were threatening to go in a lot.
Don't we always?
Don't we always?
You don't want us coming in there, lady. You just let us in. Like, wait, what? No!
We won't even wipe our muddy feet on the mat on the way in.
Yeah.
You don't want to. We're not to be trifled with.
We won't let the door hit us on the way in.
Minor and Middlemain finish the gauntlet, the wand of blasting. Pink and green
Nice.
energy. They go to the Burgermeister's mansion, and there's lots of people ferrying stuff back and forward for some event, and bundles of twigs and things, and some guard presence, I think. Yeah, some guards patrolling, and we ask what they're for for the burning of the Radiant Sun Festival, whatever's coming up.
Burning Man. No, it's not Burning Man.
No, that's a real
The
festival.
Festival
Liam.
of the Blazing Sun.
Burning Van.
That's the one. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Coachella.
There's a servant girl, and
Fire
there's a girl
festival.
on the door and stuff, and there's some organising of decorations, and then there's like a foyer and fine paintings, and we get put in the den, reeks of smoke, has a bear hide in there, or head of a bear.
Was Blinsky's toys that you asked him to make or whatever? Were they at the festival? saw
We haven't
those,
had
right?
the festival yet. These sticks are for preparation for the festival.
Oh, I see.
It's so that it's they can stick
I thought
Nicolas
we-
Cage in it.
I did ask about the toys, but I think that was last
Oh,
session.
right.
Yeah.
This
Right
starts.
Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks.
It's okay. No problem. And then we start like explore. Well, I think we ask about the missing servants. It wasn't the chef. It's now it's the butler and a maid or something, because the chef is actually there. Dev does some poking around, like asking if there were lovers, and there were not. We explore a bit. In the servants' quarters, we have no idea which is their bed, so I go and ask the chef. And then we look, and basically there's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, nothing missing, nothing taken, so you don't think they planned on leaving?
Mm-hmm. The cook had been there the longest, and he basically said that, they just disappeared around the house. Like, it wasn't that they'd left, like, during the night or anything like that. I think. Like, it wasn't that they... One went missing at, like, dinner time, and then one was missing, I think, like, by the time... like a morning or something like that.
Yeah, like, it was noticed because no one was answering the door whenever people were coming, and then the other person, like, disappeared while they were supposed to be cleaning.
So like it was during the day. They hadn't gone anywhere. And then we are creeping around the house, totally allowed. And there's the missus and her book club or something in one room, and she's glad we're here or something. And then
Her
we
tea
go
party,
upstairs. Yeah, tea party thing. There's some paintings of Mount Baratog, and I thought they'd done the whole thing where they'd fallen into a painting or something. Because there's a painting that like was in particularly good quality or something of the land before it got dark. And we searched around bathrooms, and there was the magic mirror, which could summon a shade to assassinate people. But we thought that they were all too stupid to use it, basically, or unlikely to be able to use it. A darkly handsome 30-year-old man with bloodshot eyes, a nameless assassin of an old order called Baravel Vazi or something. Barvel?
Yeah, that sounds right. Probably pronounced it better than I did.
Possibly.
Hey now.
So we were thinking about smashing the mirror and or taking the mirror because it is too dangerous.
Oh, no, Baal Verzi is apostrophe, so it's Baal.
Baal, not Baval.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a V in there.
It's BA''ALVERZI. ZI.
BA''AL.
V is in Victor, Echo, Richard, Zebra,
Sure.
Igloo. I was trying to remember.
But the first word is BA''AL.
Yes.
That's it. So that's Baal. Like Baal Hamun,
Yeah.
Carthaginian god. But we were saying we shouldn't take it because they're, we can't go robbing from just normal people. But then now we're thinking we might because they're not so normal.
Well, if you kill the Burgermeister, I'm sure you could take whatever you want from his place.
I mean, I'm not going to kill him if he justly, if he comes down on the right side of the law. Basically, yeah, we hear big stompy dogs. There's a man in there, and we avoid that. And then there was the whole thing about the room full of dolls, and Beast teleporting into it and having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Again. And then they found Victor's bedroom, which doesn't seem very used or something. The wizard's son, who had like fables and stories about knights and stuff. Do-gooding. There was a closet that was mysteriously empty for DM reasons. And then we went upstairs and the attic was filled with things. And then there was the edgy room with the mismatched furniture and the 3 small children, mannequins or something, dressed in his childhood clothing.
Yeah.
And all the evidence that he'd been a complete shit and half-finished teleportation circle.
I feel like a complete
because-
shit is an understatement. There you go.
Because you guys
Pretty much.
because you guys didn't listen at the door.
We did. We heard scrambling.
Well, no. Like he was pretending he was in a class, and the children in the corner were naughty students, and he was berating them.
It's even creepier.
And he's not a teenager, correct? We've
No.
established that he's not a teenager.
No.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Totally normal thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was a teenager, it wouldn't make it any less weird, Liam.
Yeah,
It'll make it slightly
No,
less.
I mean him as an adolescent, but yes,
he was pretending
that would still be.
pretending to play professor, and those were his naughty students.
I actually think that's weirder.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit weird.
That's
Oh,
really
am the
bad.
professor, and you are my students. All is not well. Yeah. That's how you said it. That's
Yeah,
how
I
you
know.
read it.
I know. All is not well. It's in caps. Not well.
I just imagine a little anime face with his tongue sticking out.
Mida.
And that's
So,
that.
Karen,
Yeah. So what do you guys do? As your hair is still kind of slightly sticking up. a bit from the glyph of warding that you inadvertently triggered.
I got some healing potions to hand out.
If we have 10 minutes, Meadowman can also cast Prayer of Healing to heal of prayer.
Okay, but who wants the healing potions?
I think I'm better off than anyone else, so you're better passing it out to the rest of them before getting to me.
Okay, well, everyone apart from me will get a potion of healing. I'll just give everyone one of the potions of healing.
How much is that again? 2d4.
1d4 plus 2?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
Are we going to take the 10 minutes? Or do we want to...
Given I only healed 6, I think it may be a good idea.
Yeah. I reckon they probably heard that, but we could do to be in better shape to face whatever's coming next.
I don't know how the Burgermeister is going to handle hearing that his son killed 2 of his workers there, eh? Right, well,
Finding out.
He may not care.
regardless, I'll call on the powers of Shanti then, shall I, eh?
You would.
Probably.
So Meadowman, like, sits somewhere? That makes sense? No, here's a better idea. He takes his quarterstaff and he just kind of walks around, and like as he's walking, like bits of grass and rose like grow from beneath his feet as he walks, and it sort of reaches out to the whole room. The smell of like freshly mown grass and rose smell, flowers. It smells really nice. Is what I'm trying to say.
No.
Scent?
Scent, a rosy scent.
So now we have to explain why there's a carpet of grass in the room.
It's like it's imagine it's like as he's walking it grows and then it immediately goes away again. It's more like grass than actual grass.
Artificial turf.
Exactly. Like
Right.
Artificial turf from the astral plane.
As you guys, as Meadowmane is performing his ritual, you can hear like the dogs barking downstairs and raised voices, and lots of shuffling on the floor below.
Everyone heals 15. It wasn't as much as I hoped.
And that's only after the 10 minutes. We may get
Everybody.
interrupted by then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, everybody.
Nice, that's me back up to full health.
Yeah.
So do we get that though? Is that it works? We don't get ambushed before then. See?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
yeah.
get ambushed
Was that-
before, or yeah, we get it.
It's not conclusive.
There you go. 34. That's not bad.
I'm clicking the button.
Okay.
You don't make that I don't know noise, because if anyone here fucking knows, I'm guessing it's you.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
Do
this.
I get to click the button that adds 15 hit points to my current hit points?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you were holding your breath that whole time.
I feel like I was too, for fuck's sake.
That's
I
okay. I
wasn't
was
here
just
now.
building the encounter in D&D Beyond. That's all. I was just stalling.
It's fine.
I
It's
don't
fine.
believe you.
It's fine. We're all fine there. Shanti's healed us up, and now we're all grand there. Well, not grand, but we're grander there, eh?
Grandeur.
Grander there, eh? Is how that was supposed to come out.
Do we get a morale boost now that we all smell like a summer's breeze?
The smell is also more of a magical thing. It doesn't linger. You sort of smell it, and you're like, ah, and then you're healed, and then it's all
Oh,
good.
great. Now I can smell Reese again. Bugger.
Salty bastard.
Reese smells like fresh moss.
Tell you what, I'm probably going to take a potion.
Yeah,
Might as well
I-
preemptively do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel something's coming.
I don't know why you say
Consider-
that.
Yeah, considering someone's building things in TNT.
The thing is, I don't know if she's actually doing that or if she's trolling us.
Column A, column B.
Either way,
You can't.
I'd like to be a bit healthier.
The
Is
C
that whole
who
yeah?
cried
Is that
TPK.
column A and column B?
What'd you say, Jade?
The C who cried TPK.
Oh, wait, I forgot the dogs.
Oh, good.
Okay. Confirmation.
So, Edamain takes potion for 6.
I
I've
had a
just
potion
taken
for
one for 7. Yes.
7.
So, thank you.
Lame
He will.
I don't know why I found that funny.
He'll take the Reese potion. So,
Does that make me Bruno Tognoli?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
That's a
healing
bit-
potion that Reese gave as well.
It's a very niche reference.
Any other preparations y'all would like to do before you head back downstairs?
yeah, I was going to ask how people are looking. If they need more health on top of that.
With the healing potion, I am at 37 out of 43, so I'm good.
I'm missing 6, and I'm good enough because I can heal myself and I can heal others if need be.
Rob?
I'm just gonna pop a little heal on myself.
You may
You
also
can kill
update your
wounds.
exploit because the last time I saw it, it said 25, and I'm like, that can't be right.
Oh yeah.
Rob doesn't keep his XSplit up to date. It's more of a, this is how many I have in general.
This is what my character looks like. That's all you need to know.
Face, etc.
So you've cured wounds to yourself. Are you okay now?
I have cure wounds myself. I am
For how much?
1d8 plus 4.
Yes.
9. I am. Are you fucking kidding me? I am 2 hit points down.
No, you're fine.
Okay. And Minor, are you okay?
I'm
Do you need anything?
smashing.
Sure. Okay. I am going to.
Yeah, I think
Grab-
Minar wasn't Minar far enough back that he didn't get hit by the lightning.
I think-
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
something like that. It was no. I think I used an inspiration to re-roll the saving
Oh,
throw.
okay. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I remember something.
Right. Gonna need this. And he's gonna hold Metamain's shoulder and Dev's shoulder and give them lay on hands of 5 hit points each.
Oh, you're too kind there.
And then he's gonna give him Phil 5 as well, so he has 5 left.
Expecting a lot of danger down there, are we, dearie?
I'm expecting danger pretty much everywhere we go.
That's a good thing.
Edgelord Extreme.
Are we also going to
Is he
mention
wrong?
No.
Are we also going to mention that to the Burgermeister that his festivals don't work because we fought some vampires earlier on, Derry?
That can come after he shows
Just
his
say,
true colours
oh.
regarding his son.
I figured just rip that band-aid off as soon as possible, Derry.
Yeah.
Transpose band-aid for the medieval equivalent.
Poultice.
There you go. Rip the
Um,
poultice off.
Bandage?
Yeah, I guess rip the bandage.
Yeah, but poultice is... You don't get to say poultice enough, so...
That would just be messy, ripping a poultice off.
It would.
Smash that
Yeah,
poultice before he has a chance to...
Smash that poultice. Are you a medieval YouTuber or something?
I was
Smash
thinking
that
instead of rip the
poultice
band-aid
button.
off, and smash the
Drop off.
poultice before he can drink it.
Maybe that's what happens when we meet Strahd. Hey guys, what's up?
It's your boy, Metamain.
Welcome to my bloodletting tutorial. Today we've got a tasty 5 adventures we're going to be trying out.
Alright, so, what are y'all doing?
One more preparation, sorry. As he's moving out the door, because he's going to go and investigate whatever noise this is, on me to head on. He's going to pass Reese, and he's just going to like hold him by the back of the neck, basically, just like not like strangle you, just like put his hand around the back of your neck and just like look you in the eyes and go, "You're getting out of this alive. You're getting out of this alive." And he's going to cast Warding Bond on you,
Yeah.
so you
So
feel
will you-
like some godly, divine connection.
I feel both warded and bonded.
Which is you get +1 AC, you get +1 to all your saves, and
boy.
you get resistance
That
to
works
all
out.
damage. But I take the other half of the damage,
Damn, son.
and it's 1 hour with no concentration.
That's very Bran.
Yeah. I've already got
Yeah.
cloak of protection. Now I got 2. Brand
Effectively,
of protection.
brand of protection. I'm just over your shoulders, just hanging off.
Right.
It's a little doll of Bran, because we love dolls in this, eh?
So what are y'all
Are we also
doing?
going to tell him about his weird Isaac, yeah?
What?
We're also going to tell him about his chief of guard is suspicious there, eh? With his
I mean,
weird
We
doll
can tell
thing.
him all these things, but I think we start with your son's a murderer, and we see where it goes from there.
That's a good way to start there, eh?
Is there a way for me to kind of like I don't know, get my bow ready and stuff in such a way that like I'm ready for if anything goes sideways, but I'm not like obviously like having people walk into like, you know, an arrow pointed at their face that might like, you know,
Can
send the
you
wrong
think of a
message.
way of doing that? It's a longbow. How do you nonchalantly ready a longbow that doesn't look
Maybe she
threatening?
could like put an arrow in her, shoe
Swing
or
an
something like behind her, so that she's got one like able to grab.
Yeah, like on like nearby, like on something like a
Like-
stack of boxes or something like that.
The bladed chopstick through the hair bun type thing,
Yeah.
but with an arrow.
I'm just standing there with the bow out, but the arrow is like right there, ready for me to go.
Bow calisthenics. You're just like stretching with it. No, this is just
Yeah.
a
This is
stretch
how I
aid.
am.
It's not
Yeah,
a
sure. You
bow.
can leave an arrow behind up here in the cluttered attic. Sure.
Okay. I just want to be ready in case things go sideways, but I don't want to like make things go sideways by being ready, if that makes sense.
Having your longbow in your hand is going to be threatening enough as it is. Like, there's not a way. It's like holding a gun. You can't nonchalantly hold a gun and not threaten the people,
Maybe
other people in the
you
room.
can't nonchalantly hold a gun.
Just turn it sideways.
Yeah. Have we fought before today? Like in this 24-hour period? Because I'm not
Think
sure if
so.
I've not put my channel for divinity back on or not. Because I've currently not got one, but I couldn't remember what we fought.
Fairly certain we've had something because all my spell slots are like right down.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. You guys because you guys went to Fiona's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but we started the last session at noon. Did anything happen in the morning? On the session before?
I don't think so.
I don't.
That was
I
like a
don't-
month ago, man.
Because like
Yeah.
that was like, because like the night before is when I went and started to hatch my plan to get Ricky Tikki Tavi. Right, that's like that.
Yeah, because the last fight you guys have had was the fight in the coffin makers.
The vampires,
So
yeah.
that's been a day at least.
Okay.
And I don't think, in regards to Minar, I don't think you use any of your spells during the investigation here. So
No, I don't think so, because I don't really have anything like that.
I think maybe you guys just didn't reset after your long rest.
That is entirely possible.
It's possible.
I think that's more.
Oh,
like it.
I have reset. I've just read my sheet wrong. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Hey, I'm not used to playing
I don't
spellcasters. Give me a
think.
break.
I'm in deep.
But in regards to your channel divinity, did you channel divinity Lady Wachter or anything like that, or no?
I don't think so,
No,
because
no, you didn't because. Never mind.
I have Abjure Enemy and Vow of Enmity. Like, it's beat you senseless or scare you off. And I don't think I've
Okay.
done either of those.
Yeah. Well, there's also the hey, is there any undead or fiend and celestial thing you could have done?
That's
But
Divine Sense.
yeah, I don't think you did. Oh, you did divine. You did do a divine sense towards the mannequins before you realized they were mannequins. I remember that.
Yes,
Didn't you?
I
Okay.
think. I think I've used one of those
Okay.
potentially, but not the Channel Divinity. I could see no reason
No.
why I've beaten the shit out of people recently.
I don't think you have. Yeah. You
Okay,
just didn't
cool.
reset your sheet.
That makes a difference.
Yes, it does. So you guys are still up in like the cluttered version of the attic, yes?
I'm heading for that door. I think.
Okay.
To down.
Yeah, you can kind of hear people and like the level below kind of congregating around the trapdoor. And if you guys will recall, because this was only 10 minutes ago for you guys, but that trapdoor leads directly down into the Burgermeister's bedroom.
Sure.
Okay. Just a reminder.
It was Fiona, right, lady? Or is that Fiona Wachter? No, what's the mother's
Lydia.
name? Lydia.
Lydia Petronova. Petrovna.
Trovna.
Sister to Lucius. Father Lucius.
Do I see anyone like looking up as I get to the trapdoor, or?
No, it's still shut.
Okay, is it a lift? Like, do I lift it open?
No, it is not a lift.
As in the trapdoor, if it's shut, do I like let it hang down, or do I lift it up? That's what I'm asking.
Suppose it would come down, because you wouldn't be able to lift it up from below, because the ceiling would be too... Like, there's probably like a little drop-down ladder, like most attics.
Okay. Well,
That's what I picture, at least, because otherwise
Sure.
a trapdoor doesn't make sense.
they might have had a ladder for that purpose of getting it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was just asking. So,
Don't think it tells you specifically, so I'm picturing a trapdoor with a ladder built in that kind of folds
Okay.
down whenever you open it up.
I just didn't want to presume modern loft conveniences.
It's one of
like
those ones
folding
you get the
ladders.
hook for, the
Yes.
hook on the pole, and you've got to spend 10 minutes trying to get the fucker in there.
Yeah, it is a pull rope that hangs from the wooden trapdoor, so yeah, it would have a drop-down ladder.
Okay. Well, if someone sounds like they're below it. You said movement and things.
Just
Can I pinpoint?
movement things. Give me a perception check.
If someone
'cause
sounds like they're underneath, we'll just get Metamain to jump up and down on the door.
Yeah. I
I
didn't
mean,
want
that's
to
a good
like
way of breaking it, but sure.
knock Lydia
That's,
out.
that's the joke I'm making, see.
I'll just drop an elbow on it there, eh?
Quickly open it, and I'll drop down a flask of alchemist fire and shut it again. And
We're having a standoff in their attic.
Well, no, because then I'll be like a cartoon where you open the door and they're just standing there covered in soot with their eyes blinking.
Yeah,
14.
yeah, you don't think it's coming from like directly in the
Okay.
room, but nearby. But yeah, I'm just picturing you dropping the alchemist fire, and you just drop it right on Lady Lydia. She's just like, "Oh no, I'm burning! I'm burning! Oh no!"
She
Fire
sounds so
no.
concerned. Oh no! What a terrible predicament!
I'm
But-
melting.
You never know, it might be Strahd down there.
Maybe.
What are you guys doing?
Throw the
I
alchemist fire
kick
down
the
the
door
trapdoor.
open or something.
Okay.
Like kick the trap door so it goes chunka 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 and opens up.
Okay. The room below is empty, but you can still hear like voices gathering in like the hall outside.
Can we get a guesstimate on how many voices we hear?
Not muffled through a door and with like an echoing hallway. No.
Right, well, maybe give it a second for people to get down, and then I'm going to open the door.
Okay.
Do we have our weapons drawn at this point, or are we still in
Bran
investigation?
doesn't. He might have a hand on
Is Devon
the handle.
trying to casually hold her bow?
Seeing that Bran doesn't seem to have his weapon drawn, she would probably sling it back over her back.
Okay.
Venom is probably holding his, but he's like framing it like a cane, or like a balance of some description, as opposed to a
A mace?
hissy stick.
No, it's quarterstaff, wasn't it?
No, quarterstaff.
Oh,
Yeah,
I could have sworn that you
I
were
have a
a
mace
He has
and a
both.
quarterstaff. I
Oh,
have
okay.
both.
Okay.
He's used
But I
both
realized
before.
hitting people with my quarterstaff is just as good as hitting people with my mace if I use both hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. But do you have a shield?
Yes, I do, but I can put that on my back
Okay.
when I'm using my staff with two hands. Is my logic.
You
You
can.
don't get the benefit.
You
of
don't
the
get the
shield.
benefit of the shield then.
I know. That's
Okay.
why that's the 16 AC.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, but you're saying in this scenario, it's advantageous because he isn't carrying a shield like someone.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But if nobody else has their weapons drawn, then I'll leave the shield on my back
Just
as well.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
I know the trap went off, but like the Burgermeister hasn't tried to murder us yet.
Yeah.
Neither is Fiona, so like I'm not going to murder them until they try and murder me potentially. He's
You
just
need to have
pissed
melon.
that people died or nearly died. Some people have died, but I opened the door.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything before Bran opens the door?
I'm waiting.
Okay. Everyone's just waiting in the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, Bran's in charge.
Okay. Bran in charge. Sorry. It's like Charles in charge. Only it's Bran.
God.
Yeah, so Bran opens the door, and arrayed before you is a pair of guards. Behind them is the Burgermeister, which you haven't met just yet. So that is how he looks. He's very like Denethor looking.
Denethor.
Denethor looking. Sorry, Denethor looking, and like it's kind of like with like finely dressed and like finely groomed, but like still kind of like with that sallow, harried look that actor seems to bring to all of his roles.
Could I just very, very slightly retcon and just say Reese would position himself just behind Devon?
Sure.
Thanks.
Uh,
Apologies.
No, you're fine. So it is basically like a pair of guards with shields and swords kind of like drawn in like that little narrow hallway, and behind them is the Burgermeister with his two mastiffs, and you see like the Baroness like off behind that. I'll actually move them over so you can see that hallway a little bit better. So you've kind of got the whole fam, and like you hear like a kind of like high pitched and like nasally sound or voice coming from like behind the corner that's just kind of like, that's them, they're the ones that came up into the attic and tried to kill me.
Oh, this little cunt.
And like the Baroness kind of like looks over her shoulder towards whatever that voice was, whoever that voice was, and just kind of like, no, you have, no, that can't be right, she says in like that little wispy kind of confused tone, and the Burgermeister kind of like raises a hand and is like, right, explain yourselves.
Well, on the lady's orders, we were investigating about your missing household. We went upstairs to the attic, and I knocked on the door to talk to your son, opened the door, and then a fucking lightning bolt flew out and almost killed us. So, who killed who is somewhat of debate here, or wanted to kill who. We just wanted words.
They're lying.
You can go up and see that. I presume that glyph is like still glowing or something. Is there.
It's
Spell
like the
Hozone still
burned,
hanging in the air.
burned
Yeah.
rune. Yeah, burned
And
rune
there's
there.
a lightning bolt through the attic
I
where
mean, I
everything's
imagine
been
there's a pretty
damaged.
pervasive smell of fucking
Yeah.
burnt hair.
Yeah. Burnt hair and ozone. Unfortunately, you guys have like healed yourself up, so like the signs of like the wounds on like your person are no longer like really there.
Sure.
Ow,
But like
my
our
shoulder.
our
Oh,
clothing might still like
yeah, be
You've got some
blackened or
signs?
something.
Maybe.
You can go up and have a look, lady, but your attic's not looking the way it used to.
Do we have the notes that the kid took of
Yes,
trying to
we
put
do.
Gregor and Dana through it?
We
Okay.
do, but I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna.
I don't.
No,
I don't
I-
imagine
I-
Dan
I-
would have walked away without those notes. No,
Just if we needed to go, j'accuse, we could just pull them out of our ass.
just
I
sort
would
of.
have said if
whichever one's Minor didn't keep for himself, I'm sure.
I would say if we weren't gifted by the gods, probably would have died. Your son's messing in things that he can't control.
The Burgermeister kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. And kind of see that he kind of like wants to like glance back towards like where Victor is hiding, but like Lady Lydia is just kind of or the Baroness is just kind of timidly standing there. It is true. I did ask them to come looking for. Oh shit! I forgot their names.
Gregor and Dana.
Gregor and Dana.
And while we're on the topic, we have some evidence. But you may not want to hear it in front of all these people, Burgermeister. We were going to come to you when we had answers.
It's like, you can't listen to anything they say. They're lying. They probably made those notes up.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to us.
Notes.
Yeah, we
Wait.
didn't. But
Fuck!
you don't have to listen to us. You can read it for yourself. And we don't know your son. We don't know his handwriting. So maybe you do. And he'll like hold them up and just sort of flash them in front of him. So like, but he's not going to talk about it with the guards and right now. It's up to the Burgermeister to defuse the situation.
Roll me a persuasion check. With advantage, since you're going the not in front of the help
Yeah,
route.
he probably
Yeah.
he knows about nobles. Oh, thank God for that advantage. Went from a 9 to a 19. +4 for persuasion for 23.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
Be
Alright.
putting in work.
All right, and the Burgermeister kind of like says, "All right, lead them to my study. We can discuss this. I want you outside." And you hear like the voice going like, but, not another word out of you. And Lady Lydia kind of like turns and is like, "Come, Victor. Let's go downstairs and let your father speak to them." And like you hear like, and she like kind of like steps out of sight, and you like, kind of hear her like kind of trying to like urge her son, whom you guys still haven't quite like seen physically. And he's just like, "No, I knew you guys wouldn't believe me." And
He definitely should have been a teenager.
maybe slightly younger than like a young adult, like barely out of his teens probably.
Okay.
It's just yeah, definitely not a teenager at the level of magic that he's rolling with.
In my head, he looks like the dude from the Burbs.
The Burbs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in so long. All I know is
Lost him
Tom
entirely,
Hanks.
but
I'm
I would follow the Burgermeister if he's
Yeah.
back in somewhere, and I would like shoot a glance, like a sorry glance or something towards Lydia.
Yeah, you kind of like
you
she's
get
still
on with
kind
that?
of like struggling with her son in like the hallway that you guys kind of have to like walk in that direction towards the Burgermeister's library, and you kind of like
Uh-huh.
see like she's trying to like urge him like down towards his room, and he's just kind of very resistant, and you can kind of in fact roll me insight checks, all of you who are following the Burgermeister.
Okay.
Oh, well then.
Oh, I gotta put small.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
I got non-natural 20.
He looks like he's about to run. It's like one of like the reasons like he's not wanting his mother to like move him towards the bedroom is because he can't get out that way.
I throw the alchemist fire at him. I ask him if he wants a pastry. Maybe that'll calm his nerves.
Do you really?
No.
Okay.
With Meadowman
Well,
this
it's like,
close to
hold
me?
on,
No.
hold on, let me see.
Yeah, good shout.
I mean, it would have been a really low wisdom check. You probably would have taken it. But, okay.
Hold on.
I kind of I don't know if Dev's to my side or something or Meadowmain, but I'll just say maybe someone should stay with the boy. Two someones.
I can come
Alright.
down with Miss Lydia, eh?
Too many people
I'm just
talking at once.
basically putting out to the group if someone should probably stay with the boy, but I
Yeah.
don't know who.
It's a good shout, and I feel like Bran's probably is much better at diplomacy than I'll be. And I've spoken to Lydia already, so I figure she'll trust me enough
Okay.
to not be.
Yeah.
an article.
And a 7-foot tall furbulg,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
coming down the hallway towards him and his mother. Like you kind of see like Victor, who for this narrative we're gonna say he looks like Wormtongue. It's like the complete
Like a
opposite.
19-year-old
Not aged
one.
well.
Yeah. A night like a young Wormtongue. That's basically like exactly like his dad, but like super goth and like has like the like oiled hair, but it's not like
He's got the
it's
fringe,
not
He's got the black
palmed.
eyeliner on.
Yeah, it's not like the pomade greased back. It's just the fact that he is a filthy nerd and
He's a
isn't
greasy
keeping.
individual.
Yeah, he's just a greasy individual, and he kind of like shrinks a little bit whenever Meadowmane kind of like lumbers close because you're the first for a bulk he's ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like one of those things is like the closer you get, the smaller he seems. And he kind of like shrinks next to his mother whenever you approach, and between the two of you, you kind of like get him like bundled up into his room. There is the window there, so I'll leave it up to you, Meadowmane, how closely you want to keep an eye on him.
Does Lydia seem like she's gonna go into the room and stand with him?
No. She like gets him into the room and kind of like stands in like the hallway. You can stand in like the open door if you wish.
I was gonna say, yeah, stand in the open door and like lean on it.
Okay. The two guards are going to remain outside with outside the Burgermeister's study. And so
The window is closed, I'm assuming.
yes.
Okay, cool.
For the rest of you,
Is there a place I can go that's kind of between the two? Like between the study and his room that like just kind of like maybe not necessarily in either place but could easily get to either one if something
his
goes
room is that one with the blue bed, and the study is the one that looks like a big study with a desk in the center. So you can kind of
like post up between those two that I can get to either one of them at a flash.
yeah. And Lydia is going to kind of excuse herself because she still has the ladies downstairs, and she shouldn't leave them unattended for long, and
Well, keep an
is
eye on the boy. Don't you worry there.
worried about the commotion upsetting the villagers. All will be well. She kind of whispers breath away as she uh, trundles off, kind of wringing her hands a little bit anxiously. You see that she's kind of very, very high strung and nervous about what's going on, but is trying to extricate herself from the conflict as soon as possible. So you guys make your way to the library with the Burgermeister. The floor-to-ceiling shelves line every wall of this windowless room. Number of books here is it's the largest collection that you've seen in Barovia for sure, because it's basically 10 foot high ceilings, and the entire wall. It's from floor to ceiling, and every single shelf is full. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room. The chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into its back cushion. And the Burgermeister heads over there and sits, steepling his fingers, both elbows on the desk, and kind of stares at you all expectantly. And then the two mastiffs kind of trundle into the room, and they're two a large two small rugs on behind him, on either side of the desk, and both of the dogs just kind of go over there, their paws clicking on the wooden floor, and they both sit and stare at you. The Burgermeister himself is wearing a breastplate with a rapier, which isn't in this art, but apparently that is what he is wearing. He also has a beard. I don't think they did the art very well.
There was a miscommunication between
there was
guys
definitely a miscommunication there.
I mean, to be fair, this is probably an old picture of him.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, okay. The description of him is completely different than this art here, because they describe him as a bear of a man with breastplate, rapier, silk tunic, and a greasy beard glistening in the lamplight.
I mean, he is a bear of the man if the bear is Winnie the Pooh, maybe.
Inspiration checks. But yeah, he just sort of sits and look at you expectantly.
So, because I rolled so high persuasion, Brendan's keeping it together, but underneath he is seethingly angry. But he is managing not to show that right now. I understand you're the law in this place, though I think this is going to test you. And he's trying to read this guy at every available opportunity and just at constant insights.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll me one. I'll try and give you.
I mean, it doesn't have to be right now in the opening statement.
I mean,
he's watching.
It's you have stated that you're keeping an eye on him, so.
Non-natural 20 again.
Non-natural 20 again. Okay, very good. You can tell that the Burgermeister is responding well to the niceties and the respect to his authority. You can kind of see whenever you responded respectfully in the hallway and deferentially, he kind of relaxed, as though oh, these guys recognize I'm the shit.
The big cheese.
I am. So you don't think that he seems on edge, because everyone in Barovia is on edge, but based off of everything that you've heard about him right now, he probably doesn't take well to needling or disrespect well. So you've
Mhm.
gotten on the right foot with him so far. It is
The way to
probably
win this,
best that Devin is out in the hallway.
the way to win this is to stroke his chode.
Ew. A negative
Like his ego.
inspiration for you,
Like his ego.
Liam.
It's a metaphor.
No, chode is something completely different, and that's disgusting.
It's a metaphor.
No, that's not what that.
No.
You can't metaphor something whenever like the word that you chose means something specific and is very disgusting.
Sure.
This meeting went completely a different way than we thought it was going to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. This is this
Oh,
is
no, they're all
a
good.
He doesn't. He's still steepled fingers or something. He doesn't respond to this. He's just waiting for the evidence. Right. Bran'll put it down on the table in front of him, and kind of like sort of he's standing, but he kind of like stretches his back and like puts both hands, just rests them on the two handles of the two whips. Still in a kind of relaxed way. Your Lady Lydia put us on the hunt for the two missing members of your household. Of bad news. And it's there.
See, like the Burgermeister leans forward and like looks over the notes. You kind of see like his eyebrows twitching as he recognizes his son's handwriting, and there were lots of very disparaging comments about him in his son's notes.
Oh, right, okay.
And so, like, you kind of see, like, a mixture of, like, fury and anger kind of, like, go over his face over, like, some of, like, the stuff that he's reading. Yeah, because, like, basically, I believe I said that, his basically said, like, all is not well. My father and mother are, like, dumbasses and stupid, and I'm going to try and get out of here with my teleportation spell. But yeah. But you kind of like see a myriad of emotions kind of come over his face. None of them good. And whenever he gets to like the entry of where like it was described how he compelled the servants with the suggestion spell while he experimented with his teleportation ritual, where he like described like the servants vaporizing, and like also the entries of like continuing his experiments, like changing up the variables and stuff, all this other stuff. And the Burgermeister kind of like puts the papers down and looks up at you all and says, I think you're right about the testing. And you see like a muscle in like his jaw twitches. And like,
There's a circle up there. You can go look at it yourself, but I wouldn't stand in it.
I know my son has been up there a lot studying. Thought that his magic studies, as he put it, was nothing but flights of fancy. I never actually imagined he could do anything.
Well, I presume you heard his work upstairs when we set off that trap.
He
That could have
nods.
killed. That could have killed you. Could have killed any member. Could have killed Lydia. All I did was knock, and try to enter. He's a danger.
And unfortunately, I know my son well enough to know that he won't respond well to polite reason. And he has committed murder. But,
He says, "But," like Brand's eyebrow arches.
yeah. You can kind of see he's just kind of like one of those things, like he's trying to figure out how to move forward. Like it's not a, like, but I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. Like he kind of.
No, he's working it out. He hasn't said anything incriminating,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
eyebrow raised at this moment.
Don't know how I should move forward. News like this would upset the village. I don't want people getting upset. You can kind of see like he's trying to like work things out, trying to like figure out a way of
Sure.
dispensing justice without, like, making people upset. But, like, his son had
difficult
been
job.
Yeah, his son had been experimenting on servants.
From our investigation, were these people both single? Or did they have families? Do we know that, or I can?
You never asked if they had any families.
Okay.
You kind of.
I can go forward on that thing. I just wondered it would be simpler if I phrase the sentence one way or another. But he'll say, "It's a difficult job, Power. And it's a difficult job, even more so here. I reckon people are already upset. The staff seem to miss their fellow staff, and given that they might have had families, I'm sure they're pretty upset as well." How do you deal with murderers here?
Well, I suppose the same way that most places do. Usually send Isaac to deal with them.
Right. Do you ever hear from him again after he deals with them?
Kind of like glances up at you, like furrowing his brow a little bit. I trust my men, but like you can see he's like slightly confused.
Sure.
You get the impression that it's more that he never really considered checking to see what happened to criminals after they were quote unquote dealt with. They were like they were dealt with, so right?
But I presume he means dealt with as in, punished within a reasonable
Yeah.
level of their punishment and not perhaps disappeared or dead.
Yeah, like you kind of get the feeling that he may have never asked about
Sure. Yeah,
asked
no.
after, yeah. And no one's like been brave enough to voice complaints about Isaac to the Burgermeister.
Yeah, I think someone's about to. Trusting people, there isn't anything wrong with that. But you haven't happened to have been across the hall lately?
No. I mean, you see like that confusion kind of deepens.
We could go now. It might give you a new light on how your head of the guards operates.
Okay. I have the feeling that You're trying to tell me that you've discovered something besides my son being a murderer?
We have. This is probably a lesser issue, admittedly, but still something worth your concern.
Right. And he slowly pushes himself to his feet, and as he does, like, both of the dogs kind of like lumber up and heel at both on either side of him as he like follows you over across the hall.
Oh, we did open this door to get get Reese back out again, right?
Yeah, you did unlock it.
Unlocked. It was unlocked.
You did,
Right.
you didn't lock
Yeah,
it back,
we went
right?
in.
Yeah,
We didn't.
you didn't
Yes.
unlock it. You didn't lock it back, so yeah, it opens
Yeah.
easily at your touch. And
The idea that Reese is still in there, though.
We did get Reese back out, right?
yeah,
It's just there rocking
No,
back
I
and
forgot
forth.
something.
it's like somehow we got these magic potions, but this guy,
Yeah.
where's Reese?
It was more that we unlocked him to get back out at the time. Then he teleported out as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
mine-
I'll push open the door for him.
I was going to say that whenever like you guys move across the hallway, Meadowmane, you watch as like Victor kind of like sits up, like perks up a bit at the sound of like movement out in the hallway, and like is kind of like trying to like does it that kind of trying to like listen past you, kind of like fidgeting anxiously, and checks you were about to say something.
yeah, the two guards were outside of the study when we were in there. Presumably they're watching us plod along the hall. Are they following, or are they...
No, they can station like basically they're kind of like Buckingham Palace, like stationed on either side of the doors. So, did you want to stay in the study?
No, I'll follow along. I just want to keep an eye on the guards, because if we are about to enter the head guard's room...
Yeah, they might have allegiance to him.
Yeah.
The Burgermeister.
Okay.
So,
You're keeping an eye on the guards while the Burgermeister goes into Isaac's room.
yeah.
Noted. So yeah, you guys open up the door to Isaac's room, and due to like the nature of where like the guards are kind of stationed, they can see into Isaac's room too, and you see like this look of like shock come over like everyone's face at like the massive doll collection, and it's like shock and confusion, and then like kind of that look people get whenever they're like looking at something wrong and they know it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like finger of death crawling up the back of their necks is looking into Isaac's room. You see, like, the Burgermeister's just kind of like, what is this? And kind of like turns to Bran for an explanation. Not as though like, hey,
Sure.
explain yourself, but more of a,
Yeah.
please explain this to me.
In like a lowered tone, so maybe the guards don't hear. Go. Unfortunately, in your name, I believe Isaac to have. Well, he's been committing some sort of rule of fear, terror amongst the populace. They're all so scared they would run at the mere sight of him. But I don't think they're brave enough to have spoken to you about it. And I don't think Isaac is who you think he is. He's perverse, twisted. Not sure if he was always that way, but he is now.
I took him in when he was a boy. He was attacked by wolves as a child and lost his arm. you know, I was trying to do the right thing. His sister had gone, he and his sister got lost in the woods, and he was attacked.
You see his sister?
He nods.
Did she look like that? And he just points into the room.
Kind of like, seem like kind of squinting his eyes, kind of like trying to figure, because like, these dolls all look like adult Arena, not child Arena, and basically from what you know, Arena was found whenever she was like 3 or 4 in the woods, with like no memory of how she got there, in Barovia, and so, but yeah, the Burgermeister kind of like looks at the dolls and kind of, I mean, same hair coloring, I think. I didn't know his family well. It was just him and her.
Right. While we're on the topic of him, do you know what happened to his arm?
No, he was attacked, and then, like, as a small child, like, children gave him a hard time about the missing arm, and so I took him in, and one day it just came back. Came back different, but, you know,
Do you think your son had something to do with it?
no, this was, Victor would have been 9.
Something else grew his arm back and then didn't stop growing.
He nods. But I made him sheriff because, well, he owed his life to me, and I figured I could trust him. Spies of Strahd are everywhere, and kind of like whenever he says that, you kind of see him shiver a little bit, and like, his eyes flick about like paranoid.
Oh, I don't know about, like, I would want to tell him about the vampires, but I don't know if that's going to help the situation. He's already had a lot pulled on him, pushed on him, and if he's particularly on edge about that topic, saying that there's vampires about might push him over the edge.
Smash
That would
poker.
be a good assessment of his paranoia.
Sure. I want him to do the right thing. I don't want to push him with all the information I have on him or on his situation. So I think he won't right now. I might, if he does the right thing, I might tell him later down the line, maybe when he can handle it. But
Yeah, everyone here in Vallaki is kind of on like a razor's edge. So it's kind of like one of those things, like you push too much, too hard, they turn into Blinsky. He's no fun, he's no Blinsky.
Might not just say that they are, but I think the fact that his arm grew back in the way it did, something has happened. Wouldn't mind having a word with him. But I think you need to find a replacement.
Yeah. So you would have me have my son dealt with for murder, and then my sheriff. What? I mean, this is odd and strange, but I don't know what to do about this.
I mean, the dolls are one thing, but you want people to be happy here, right? As far as I've heard, that's all you want for anyone. From your wife, from people in town, gates on the guards on the gate. he isn't making them happy. His reign of terror, I think, has got to stop. It's not just. That's not the law. It's thuggery given a badge.
Well, I don't think he's dangerous.
And like cocks his head slightly. Now I'm not going to name names, but I think if your populace weren't living in fear of him, they'd say different. It's
Speak
maybe the most. Sorry.
speak plainly.
I think he is dangerous. I think anyone thinks he's a danger. I think he's been dangerous. I think we've heard different. Granted, I've not seen different, but that's why I want to talk to him. What you did, taking him in, that was a good thing. What you did, trusting him, that was a good thing. But I don't think he's been good to you.
Right, so what do you propose then?
Don't know where he is right now, but we find him, talk to him, lay things out for him, like I did for you, see how he reacts. If he's as good as you think, he might be repentant, forgiving, wanted to turn over a new leaf. If he's the belligerent force of malice that come to believe he is, he'll act like it. Then we dispatch more justice.
The Burgermeister kind of raises an eyebrow at you, and it's like, it's honestly probably going to be more of the latter. I didn't make him my sheriff because he was a pushover. And I will admit, I have known that he has a temper. He kind of sighs. I know my wife doesn't like him. No, it seems she had good reason.
Indeed. Your wife's a good judge of character. And there's a difference between not being a pushover and being a tyrant. So, we'll see how it goes. But we have to find him first. And as for your son, you said you normally send Isaac after him. Or after someone in his position. What you gonna do? People are dead.
You see, like, the Burgermeister's kind of mulling this over. You kind of see, like, he doesn't relish the idea of killing his son, or,
No one should.
executing him, or whatever.
I
also,
don't
like,
expect him to.
Yeah. And it's also,
But
like, kind of
I
one of
really
those...
don't want to make the decision for him.
Yeah.
I know we'll play character, but it doesn't seem the done thing.
Let's see.
I'm just here to ideally not force his hand.
Yeah, because like there's also like considering like if he does have his son executed, does he do it publicly so that people know that like not even the Burgermeister's son is like exempt from justice, and like then like it'd be like this huge about face as like he's also having like his terrifying sheriff put to
It's cleaning
justice too.
house.
Yeah,
I know.
there is kind of like that realization of like cleaning house and like purging of corruption kind of like gets into his head, and he says I think my son killed people. The village has a right to know, and they should know that their Burgermeister is looking out for them, and justice is not something that you can escape by blood or right. I'll have him dealt with. Perhaps during the festival, he says, kind of. He's like thinking really hard, like how he's going to be like doing this. And
Sure,
then
but he's thinking about it and
Yeah.
seems to be on the right path. So Brenna's proud, maybe, of him, I guess. Glad, relieved, he doesn't have to start a fight. But if like his insight roll or whatever holds true, and he seems to believe that this guy's going to deal with his own problems, admittedly very, very difficult problems, then he'll just put a hand on his shoulder. I don't know if that's necessarily, out of station for touching a noble or something, depending on where you're from, but he's just going to comfort the man that is thinking about killing his son and just say, you can make it quick. He doesn't have to suffer.
Oh no, he was totally thinking about putting him on a pyre and burning him because it is the Blazing Sun
Yes,
festival.
That's what I was thinking, and that's what I was like. Maybe
No.
you don't have to burn him publicly. That seems a bad way to go. But that's all Bren will say, because that seems grim. If he didn't want to upset people,
Yeah, but there's like
a poetry.
there's still he's still crazy.
I know.
That's probably what's going to happen. Not that you would be able to tell that. That's if you guys suddenly don't want to experience the festival, I would now understand. But
He's not gone like unhinged.
no.
The fires aren't like blazing in his eyes. Okay.
No.
I don't want to go too far. I just
I'm going to burn them all.
exactly. I just want him to do the right thing.
Yeah, and you kind of see him like turn towards the guards and tell him that right, go put Victor in irons, gag him, take his book from him, and the two guards kind of like nod and shuffle towards Victor and Meadowmane. And you kind of see like Meadowmane Victor kind of like gets to his feet and kind of like backs up into one corner and is kind of like there's not so much that he heard this decree, but more that his he
His time is up.
yeah here's the guards coming his way, and Meadowmane, you see Victor kind of like raise his hands and begin enchanting a spell as the guards are coming towards his room.
I'm going to cast Calm Emotions.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, I can't wait to burn.
Ooh. Right. So that's a charisma save.
Yes, it is.
How big's the radius?
It's 20 feet, but I'm going to try and aim it so that it's just him that's caught in it.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna make the guards super calm as they try and like, oh, let's put you in our man. It's not that bad. 5, 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you could do that. You can just kind of like circle it on him. You might be feeling a little chill too, but
Veteran's always chill.
you're always chill. Yeah, I was just gonna say.
He's a little tense because if this goes tits up, this could be really bad.
Ooh,
But
what's your DC?
how about you tell me what you rolled first?
No.
15. My DC
Can I use my inspiration to impose disadvantage?
Fuck you, Rob.
And can I then use my negative inspiration to give him back at normal?
No, you want him to have the disadvantage, because that went from a
And then
15 on the dice to 3.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
So clutch.
We would have just passed a little cut.
Yeah. So clutch calling that before I said the results there, Rob.
If it makes it just to rub a little extra salt in the wound, that's the one I got for doing the recap. Dead drunk. So
Okay, so he is beginning to like cast beginning to cast greater invisibility and so that he could hide again, and you just kind of see like his hands go slack, and he kind of like slumps over slightly.
You see a little rose appears in his lapel. A little rose of light.
And he kind of like looks down at it and he's like, "Oh, that's pretty. All will be well." And he like kind of like looks up at you, kind of dreamy-eyed, Meadowmane.
He's all yours, Siri.
And the guards
Meadowmane moves out of their way and goes and stands at the window, just in case. Just in case.
Yeah. Probably.
And that's when the sniper shot rings out.
Yeah. So like the guards come in, take the book from Victor, and the pouch of components at his belt. Seems it's not the first magic user that they've had to deal with in town. They kind of like strip him of like his items, put irons in him, and frog march him across the hallway and chain him up in that closet there. Not a very far trip, but he kind of has like this serene expression on his face as they march him in. He was a 9th level spellcaster.
oi oi oi.
I was like, what?
You're welcome.
I was like, what the fuck? But okay. I guess it makes the glyph of warding make sense. But
I don't know. I mean,
Do the guards thank me?
yeah. They give you a nod of acknowledgement.
Okay, cool.
I love the way you roleplayed that, C, because it was, instead of Meadowmane in my mind casting a spell, he was just like, yeah, man, try this. He's like, oh man, that flower's so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
not here, man.
Right.
You want to watch some nature documentaries?
Open
So,
the pack of Doritos.
Those
man.
raspberries taste like strawberries.
You know, if you play Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon while watching Alice in Wonderland, it lines up perfectly.
it's Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, man.
Wizard
Yeah,
of
Wizard of
Oz.
Oz.
I'm so close.
Oh yeah, you were.
Dark Side of the Moon.
No, you weren't.
They're basically the same movie.
No.
No.
They're basically the same movie.
This just in, Rob thinks midgets are walrus
No.
people.
I just...
Can we just
That's a leap.
take every inspiration away from Rob from this point on?
I mean, I don't think he's got. I don't think he has anymore. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Rob. That usage of your inspiration to make Meadowmane not look like a douche.
Alright, go fuck yourself.
I mean, I mean,
All right, I take that. Thank you back, you shy arse.
the next thing he was going to cast was going to be Cone of Cold, so that's probably a good
Oh,
thing
shit.
you did that.
Yeah, but suddenly everyone's got to
I-
take the piss out of dumbass Rob.
I kind of wish you hadn't mentioned that because Minar's kind of feeling really bad about this kid,
Oh,
especially given Minar's backstory.
yeah.
So, Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you gonna
boy.
do, man?
He's a better mage than any of us.
Yeah.
Alright, he's stronger. I don't know if he's better.
9th level, apparently.
I think he can maybe cast
His,
9th level spells,
yeah,
but maybe
his-
he can't quite control them. Is
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's the story is that he's found an incomplete spell book and is experimenting with spells that he doesn't have the full incantations for, and so as it goes with wizards, the reason that they're able to do things so well is because they study the ass off of their ass off of for shit so that they can learn how to do these things properly, because fucking them up is really dangerous, and he's an example of why, fucking them up is bad.
He could have really botched that greater invisibility and blown himself up, so I actually did him a favor.
He would definitely be one of those mages in the Dragon Age games that make you go, oh, this is why they want a circle.
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
They're in the dormitory practicing blood magic. Yeah.
Stupid bastards.
Yeah.
I do
And
find it
now-
quite interesting, like him dealing with incomplete spells.
Yeah, like the teleportation spell he has will never work because he doesn't have the full one, and he's also trying to basically
Do it without two.
he's trying to do it without a destination circle, and this is so he's basically guaranteeing teleportation mishap because he doesn't have a destination in mind, because he doesn't know he needs a destination in mind already because he doesn't have the full spell.
It's like when you start driving, but you haven't started the sat nav yet.
Yeah. It's basically like instead of driving from point A to point B, he's just firing himself out of a rocket and expecting to get there safely. Or like, there's a tightrope, and instead of just walking across the tightrope, he decides to take a running leap across and just nuts himself on the wire.
The evil Knievel of mages.
Oh man.
So
But
I know you really want this mirror. I could break it up now. We could say that it's tainted. We have to take it away.
I
you want one now?
would say that the reason that you said it was dangerous for them to still have it is going to be dealt with.
Sure, they don't have a magic user anymore.
They can figure out what
I know.
to do with it, yeah. Which thankfully he didn't have identify in his spell book. His spell book is on his bed, Minar, if you want to try it.
Oh, yeah,
Swipe it.
Excuse me, Burgermeister, I'm just going to use the bathroom quickly. Sweet.
I like the idea that you cause a distraction and you send out your little tank bot and it just really surreptitiously drags it off the bed and stores it away.
I'm just imagining Minar doing that, and he's picks it up and he starts reading through it, and then we just see looming up behind him as Meadowmane, mace raised.
But yeah,
Get it.
I
Get
don't
No,
it.
know
it's
what that-
incomplete.
Meadowmane doesn't know what that mirror does.
yeah. Basically, checks. He has the spell book for the mage out of the monster manual.
Okay.
So it's Firebolt, Light, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Detect Magic, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, Misty Step, Suggestion, Counterspell, Fireball, Fly, Greater Invisibility, Ice Storm, and Cone of Cold.
We would be wanting that for evidence, surely.
I mean, there's not really going to be a trial
Okay.
because you handed the evidence, and Burgermeister's pretty much already decided what to do with him.
Parties.
Nice. Good. That seems fair. Yep. Love that.
He's taking your word for it. Do you want him to hold a trial?
I mean, I really don't want him to be in power.
I mean, that's a problem that you guys
He's
can...
made a correct choice.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you guys are, weakening him now. He had a 9th level spellcaster living in his mansion. You're about to kill his sheriff. Pretty soon he's just going to be down to, the generic guards, and you guys could kill him easy if you wanted to.
the thing is that they've not done anything wrong,
No,
as far as I
Yeah,
know. He's just
actually-
Trying to do his
And-
best in Barovia, which is,
if that went about
terrible.
another way, if he was no, I'm not killing my son, are you mad? Then Bran would take an issue with it. But he's actually trying. I'm not saying he's the best at managing his city, but he's just trusting the wrong
my
people.
issue is more,
I-
condemnation without representation. But...
Yeah, all I'm saying is that Dan, you played that beautifully because it's like very there's like very clear guidelines on what like tricks him off, and you haven't like you didn't do any of those things. So
Thank you.
The brand of diplomacy.
yeah.
He can do diplomacy.
He's a paladin. He's very charismatic.
It's my second highest stat. It's just not that high.
But anyways, the Burgermeister is going to ask for your help with dealing with Isaac because he basically doesn't trust his regular guards to be able to deal with him, and suggests either you all could wait for him to return here, or he could send Isaac out somewhere, and you guys could deal with him there. Basically, you guys have proven yourself to be wise individuals that he can vaguely trust because his wife seems to trust you. And yeah, basically you've let him know about 2 foxes in his hen house, and so he's inclined to trust you all. So I'll those were his suggestions, either waiting for Isaac to return here to deal with him, or he can send Isaac to some location of your choice, or you can deal with him either publicly or privately.
Brown would say not here. He wouldn't put his wife. He shouldn't put his wife through that, and it might get messy. So somewhere, a neutral location somewhere.
Good idea, Derry.
Yeah, if you want to avoid collateral damage, he says that he could send Isaac to the lake. He'll send a few guards with him, but like the guards will be will have instructions and will know what's going on and back you guys up instead.
Can he make sure that they're his most loyal guards that aren't going to be loyal to Isaac?
He'll send the 2 that are here in the house.
Okay.
Lake was what my brain immediately went to as well.
Yeah. So that seems like a plan. When would you all like to do that? You can do that later today and like have it like tonight, or he would
Probably
prefer.
best to do it sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah, well, tonight's
Okay.
probably the best show.
Okay, so yeah, you all can head to the lake, and basically he'll call Isaac in and send him out. So you'll have a couple hours head start to get to the lake. And I think I'll call a quick 5-minute break there, unless you guys want to call it there in general. So that's up to you. Are you guys good? You want to keep going?
I'm good to do the Isaac fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good for that. I'm just going to grab something to eat in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm taking a 5. BRB.
All right.
Okay.
Be right back.
Anybody left?
It is only you and I,
Just how I always wanted it.
and just how it will always be. Finally,
Finally.
I'll make us alone.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill my room with dolls that look progressively more and more like you.
Oh boy. That is one way to do that. You know, anyone else could have chipped in.
I know.
Whatever they wanted.
The thing I was like, Dan's doing all the work. I need to say something. And I didn't know what to say. And then you were like moving on. By the time I had something, the conversation had sort of moved on. I was like, oh fuck.
That's
Dan
okay.
nailed
I know people have kind of made me the leader. I didn't want to. I just want people to know that they can be a part of things. I know
Yeah,
I did quite well there.
Yeah, you fucking killed it, my dude.
In not getting everybody murdered and us run out of town. But I honestly didn't think it was. I thought it would be like all horrible and nepotistic and stuff, and be like, no,
Yeah,
not my son, and then we'd have an issue.
that was surprising.
But he actually seemed reasonable. I mean, I know they're not perfect. Like, they are Barovian, and I think burning his son is a bit much, and Bran doesn't really want to stay around for that. But
That's a big call, isn't it?
like thinking about medieval justice, like if you killed two people and in the way you did and it's awful, I think the death sentence is warranted, but you don't have to like burn him like a witch. It's a bit much.
And I think the big thing for me is just the, you know, he didn't even get like it wasn't even a discussion of a trial. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
it was just like, you know, this dude dead because I said so, and that describes me up a bit the wrong way. But it's not necessarily evil, like you say.
I do agree with you, and I think like in bigger cities, like Neverwinter or something, where there would be courts and trials and things, but I think in like medieval villages and stuff, whoever is the lord, the burgomaster, what he says goes. Their version of a court would be, if two people came up and one accused them of like stealing his cow, like it's for the like the Jarl or someone like that who's sat in the big chair to basically just decide it.
True. Yeah, I guess it's just that it was such a like clandestine, behind closed doors thing. Like even then, there's like the town gets to see that justice has been done, kind of thing.
Sure. I mean,
whereas these people are going to be like, yes, he killed someone.
Yeah. I wouldn't be. I'm not against a trial, but Bran is also like lawful. So if this is the law of the land, like he's just going with what the Burgermeister says. That he didn't want to make a decision for him.
Also, 100% the Burgermeister is going to be making a big speech about corruption and how like nobody is going to be exempt from justice, not even like my own blood, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get voted back in fucking years to come after doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, because like basically it's the only way that he could publicly deal with his son in a way that didn't weaken his position. So
yeah,
because
sort of make it like he kind of is taking the prerogative or whatever.
Yeah. He's arresting the murderers of Breonna Taylor and.
Oh wow, you went there.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And instead of just paying lip service.
Sure.
So I am very into F1. Lewis Hamilton at the last Grand Prix wore a T-shirt with a picture of Breonna Taylor that says like, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the FIA, the like governing body, opened an investigation into whether or not he was, they were going to punish him for wearing that T-shirt. And it was like, oh boy, these people are about to have the worst PR year of their fucking lives. But in the end, the investigation said that they would not be conducting an investigation.
The investigation said they were conducting an investigation.
Yeah, they investigated him as to whether or not they should conduct an investigation.
In other words, they went, nah.
It was basically a let's do a target. What is it?
Well,
a focus group to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't coming out this clean. No.
The thing is basically, in the codified rules, it says very specifically, like almost as if it was intended, that you are not allowed, like the FIA is not a political organization, and any kind of political statements relating to race, gender, or that kind of stuff, like it specifically mentions those things. But then at the start of every race, they like all have like a minute and kneel down on the track, and like everyone's wearing black and stuff, and they like they properly do the whole thing. So I don't really know how they can but yeah.
Didn't he do a Black Panther thing as well? He stood on top of his car at the front of the
track. He did. And like Mercedes, their cars look sick this year because basically Mercedes cars are like mostly silver with like blue highlights, but this year or like turquoise highlights, but this year they painted them black for the whole season, so they're like black with the turquoise highlights, and they look fucking cool.
Nice.
But like the and Mercedes, actually, to their credit, when the investigation was announced, they were like, "Nah, this is bullshit." Like, and they were like, "We are going to tell Lewis to wear whatever he wants to wear." And it's a bit annoying because Lewis Hamilton's a massive dickhead, and I actually really,
I was glad you
Really?
said it because I really was going about to say it. I
Yeah.
really don't like that guy.
he's a prick.
Yeah.
He's and he wins like every fucking race, which is just so annoying. But yeah, like I do have a lot of respect for him, and I'm glad he's standing up for it. And I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad person. I just think he's an
He's up his
arsehole.
own arse.
Yeah. Like he said, I actually don't really care about racing, and I'm not that passionate about it. I just do it because I'm really good at it, and it gets me a lot of money. And you're like, I kind of respect that you told the truth, but also it just makes you come across like a giant cunt.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Yeah, that's an inspiration for all those young kids sitting watching at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be really good at something that you dislike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm a fucking accountant.
I was glad you said it before I did.
All right. Is everybody back?
I am.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
I am.
I am Spartacus.
Jade?
No, I'm not back.
No. Okay.
Okay, we can wait. It's fine.
I just said to Rob, but like I know other people can speak. I know I was kind of the leader for that situation, but if anyone wanted to chip in with things, then
I was not going to make that situation better.
You say that. You say that, but you handled it flawlessly. So there was no
thank
need
you.
for anyone else to speak.
Yeah, I think I did pretty well, but I also want people to know that they can.
Well, my suggestion was going to be to spare the child, and now that I know he's a 9th level mage, fuck him.
Not having anyone better than me.
Yeah. Enjoy your dark closet.
I was gonna say, when this day began, I knew there was gonna be some diplomacy stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm packing calm emotions for when things inevitably go out of hand, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, clutch move. Clutch move, Liam.
Surprised. I was kill surprise.
That's surprised, if you're pronouncing it correctly.
Surprise.
Thank you.
Did that sound like a voice that was trying to pronounce that correctly?
Not really.
I mean, I just correct people and everything because I assume everyone wants to strive for excellence as much as me. But
Fuck no.
Yeah, I'm good at coasting.
I'm good at coasting.
I was gonna be really horrible there and be like, I know, but
Oh.
I couldn't bring myself.
Got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Jade.
Wolf Juggler is a great name for a guard, by the way.
The name's Juggler. Wolf Juggler.
Oh, that's my character for this game that Rob wants to run. Wolf Juggler.
Oh.
Awesome.
What do you mean, oh?
I'm gonna run his brother, Julf Wuggler. I don't know why that was so funny in my
Why would he have a different last name?
head. He's adopted.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have the same last name. Unless he was adopted from the Wuggler
He's
family, and he
adopted
was a very
At
strong
the age of,
connection.
he was adopted at the age of 36.
It's just, don't question it. It's just one of those weird life I can't even say the word. Synchronicities.
Oh, it's the opposite of a synchronicity, isn't it? Because they're different.
But shut up, Rob.
It's more of a parallel.
Also, not a parallel. They're different. I don't know how many ways.
Look, you're an
Well, a
accountant.
parallel
Shut
is
the fuck
two
up.
different lines that are running in the same direction and never touch. There you go.
They don't run in the same direction because they're words that have legs.
All right.
Fuck off, Rob.
Games happen. We do things.
Sorry, I'm guilty.
Death comes for us all.
Death comes for us all.
Rescue a saber-tooth tiger.
That is your price. for
Jade, I want
beating
that
up
for you
Isaac.
so badly.
She's gonna get a mecha version. She's
picked
been promised a mecha tiger.
Tiger.
I mean, I haven't seen him working on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's only been a day. He had to
Mhm.
make his blasting rod first.
About priorities.
He had to make
Barovia wasn't
Typical
built in a
man.
day.
he had to
Typical
make
man
his
only thinking about his blasting rod.
he had to make his Iron Man hand first.
I refer you to my previous
It's the
joke.
first stage.
Yeah.
Iron Man started making his hand first, I think. The gauntlet.
Give him time.
Or maybe he made the. If you technically back in the cave, I think it was the helmet first for movie purposes, so you hold it up.
Tell. Oh, it's Iron Man.
Yes, but
I mean, as if you were confused and wandered into the wrong cinema.
yes.
Oh shit, we're Iron Man.
Then if you
Liam
were
does this a
still
lot, apparently.
and then if you were still confused, they started playing Iron Man as he was coming out of the cave.
Hold on, wait a minute.
This is my favourite Motorhead song.
I don't think we're in the right
Oh,
cinema. I think we're watching Iron
don't do
Man.
that, Chex, you bastard.
It's Ace of Spades, hands down. I don't know what you're talking about, checks, but yeah, Iron
No,
Man
because
is also
Iron Man's a. I'm actually really upset. Like if C had made that joke, it would have been like, haha, yeah, okay. But you're actually you made a song. You should.
Anyways, to keep Rob from
Yes.
going at his off of his.
We
blah,
plan
blah,
our date
blah.
at the lake.
Yes,
I cast camera motion on Rob.
you head north out of the village towards Lake Zarovich. At the foot of the mountain, nestled in the misty forest, is a large lake. The water is perfectly still and dark, reflecting the black clouds overhead like a monstrous mirror. Pulled up along the south shore are 3 small rowboats. A 4th boat can be seen in the middle of the lake, with a lone figure sitting in it, a fishing pole in hand. He's kind of leaning back against the rowboat, kind of with this weird, or kind of not weird, but blissful expression on his face.
So are the 3 other 3 robots tied up, and there's just one out in the lake. Okay.
They're not tied up, but they're just kind of pulled up
Okay.
along the shore. So
And there's
you
a
don't
dude
see
in the
anybody
middle
else.
of the ocean, in the middle of the lake.
Dude in the middle of the lake with a rowboat, fishing pole
I
in
think-
in hand. He's about
I think
400
we're-
feet out.
So, if we shouted, he should be able to hear just, or if it's quiet and much going on.
See the dolls that were in Isaac's room, by the way? They were all varying sizes, weren't they?
Yeah, Blinsky was. He kept commissioning Blinsky over and over again, so.
Is there like an Action Man sized? Sorry, G.I. Joe. I forget you're American. G.I. Joe.
That's only a few inches tall?
Oh, yeah, about 18 inches or whatever it is.
Oh, so one of a Barbie doll
Action-
size.
Yeah, action
Okay.
figure.
Yeah.
Can I retroactively pocket one?
Yes.
So we'll leave that room. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did mine not take the book? Just out of interest, the spell book, when no one was looking, or...
I don't know what you're talking about. I just went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. It was more for note purposes.
Yeah.
Bren isn't going to get you in trouble or anything. He probably didn't see and doesn't really care.
I just came back. There's a big book-sized bulge in my pocket. What funny?
Obviously, just pleased to see me. It's fine.
Amazing.
Is that a knife level spellbook in your pocket, or are you just thinking?
I know, because we get there first, is what you were saying, that we go early.
Yeah, you've got a few.
I shout out to the guy. Friend.
There is no response.
And he's like not moved since we've got here. He's just in one position.
He's
or...
just in like one position and is kind of just like
Okay, so there is sounds of life. Like he's not in a catatonic
no,
state.
yeah, he's just kind of bobbing his head to like some sort of. He kind of. From this distance, you can't really make out a whole lot of details from where he's at right now.
Oh no, he's got his earbuds in.
Fuck you.
I don't know if that was warranted.
Well, we're gonna go. Maybe we can go over there and make him move along before, things happen.
Would we be? I'm assuming we'd be able to get out there, tell him to sod off, and then get back before Isaac shows up.
Oh yeah, you guys have like a couple of hours. The Burgermeister
good.
said.
Right, Meadowmane, grab an oar.
Or what? He wouldn't make that joke, but I did.
Nice.
Anyway,
Oh my god, you're in form tonight.
he grabs the door.
If anyone is free to come with, I presume the boat may not be big enough for everybody, but Pren's going to go out and try to get them to move along.
There are 3 boats. You can get two to a boat.
Sure.
And then mine are on his own.
I think I'm quite happy on dry land, thank you very much.
You just summon your cannon and it frantically tries to paddle for you. Or just shoots you along, like dips underwater and just force blasts.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we paddle out.
Okay, so you guys are paddling out, and as you like get closer, the guy in the boat looks, as you get closer, looks extremely drunk. Kind of has like those ruddy cheeks, and kind of has like the kind of half one eye open, the other eye kind of squinted shut. Like kind of like looks like if he had been walking, he'd be like definitely be stumbling. He's like singing some sort of like fisherman song about like Lady Luck and the fish, and Lady Luck and the fish, and on me hook, and Lady Luck going to get me fed, and that kind of thing. And as
So dreadful.
huh?
So dreadful.
Yes, very very dreadful because he's very drunk. So it's like Lady Luck and fish, and on and hook, and fish will get me fed, going to get me fish and go to bed. Look.
Why
My
stop?
head.
What I really want to do is Bran just go, Meadowmane, ruin his day, and then you like cast lesser restoration on him and cure his drunkenness, but I also have in my head that you just like leap at him and mace him over the side.
Ruin his day. No, that's not what I meant.
As you guys are getting closer, and he's like in like his little drunken state, he kind of like reaches down into like the bottom of the boat. You guys are like maybe 200 feet from where he's at right now. He still hasn't like looked over in your direction or acknowledged you, even though like you guys are like kind of all in like the boats. And he picks up a squirming bundle out of the bottom of the boat and tosses it overboard with a sploosh, and then like sits back with his fishing pole. Lady Luck, oh, get me fish in my head, fish in my head.
The squirming bundle didn't happen to like cry out at all.
Fish in my bed. But yes, it did.
Tell me,
Like a baby like manner?
Like a small child going as it would splash.
Excellent.
Meadowmane, ruin his day.
Ruin his day.
Reese is over the side. Right, do I either go shark Giant seahorse, giant sea eel, or crocodile. I feel like none of those are a great option.
I think seahorse is the best option. Out
The
there.
giant seahorse, I think, can be ridden like another person, like a horse, and you could possibly take someone with you.
Or you could just swim like a normal human.
What that? We don't have a swim
Wait,
speed,
why would
so
you-
he would be a lot slower.
Yes, but
And there isn't
also
Yes,
he
it's
wouldn't
like
have.
Alpha
Also, he
Syndrome.
wouldn't have hands to untie the bundle.
Yeah, I
He
just
could,
want to
like
drag
put it in his
to shore.
mouth and then
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
bring it to the surface.
accidentally piece a child on the way up.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is saying you might have an
Well, the
easier.
seahorse doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, you
be,
make someone swim, you grab
having
it.
hands might be important in this situation, and give me an athletics check to swim.
Well, hold on.
He hasn't chosen his form yet.
I mean, if you go, okay.
Is-
I'm
does
trying to
someone
say
wanna
he
come
doesn't
with
need
me?
one. I'm trying to say he doesn't need one, but
I want to do-
Okay, well,
I only just got swimming speed.
we
I
were like
want-
200 feet away, so I thought like distance
Yeah.
was of a premium.
Yeah, are we? How far away are we?
about 200 feet.
Okay, then I'm going shark.
Okay.
40-foot swim speed.
Bran thinks he can help in any way at this distance. He will dive
Shoot
in
an arrow.
and/or paddle.
I'll take athletics checks from those who are swimming for the bundle.
Am I in the
I
same
don't-
boat with Reese as he's shifting or not?
I think
I don't
you're
know.
with
Were you in
me.
his boat?
I don't know if Reese is.
I'm with you in the
boat.
thing.
Reese and Devin go out in a separate boat.
Yeah,
Sounds
that
like
makes
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and give him guidance to help me out, but I can't. I'm in the wrong boat.
I don't.
You'll be using the shark's strength
Someone
Why am I
grab onto the
making?
fin.
Why am I making a check though?
to get there in
That's-
time.
But I'm just moving my swimming speed.
You don't have enough speed to do that then, because you're about 200 feet out. It says to give me an athletics check. So give me an athletics check. God damn it.
I will. Basically, even if you dash, you moved 80 feet, so you wouldn't make it. So I think you're pushing yourself to try and make it
Yep.
before the
Okay.
baby drowns.
Can I have advantage because I'm a shark?
Yes, I will give you advantage because you are a shark.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Can
a
you give him disadvantage because he's in fresh water?
Yes, straight roll.
Natural 20.
What was your first roll? No, I'm kidding.
Natural 20 was my first roll.
Okay. Bran, what'd you get?
16.
Okay. Even with like the shark basically dives and goes like straight as an arrow, giving you like a form to follow, Bran. And Reese gets there as a giant shark and can't do anything to the bundle as a giant
No, I
shark
can-
because he's
I can grab it and drag it.
He has a nose, like can nose it around.
No,
Sure. I mean,
A shark can bite down and then keep swimming. That's how they
you
kill
want
orcas.
okay. You want to risk biting the bag to take it up to the surface.
Jonah and the
don't we-
whale. Jonah and the
Just
Does
whale.
not have like a neck? Would that be the name of it? The neck where the thing is
Of
tied.
the bag, like
I mean,
could be a bit
you
of a
want
bag
to,
that doesn't
you
have a
want to,
baby in.
yeah, you want to risk biting down on the neck of the bag and hope that there's not a hand in that corner.
No, I can see that there'd be a corner that doesn't have a foot
Would
in
there?
it or something. I
You-
feel like
you-
you're making this difficult.
No, you're making this
Need this.
difficult.
No, no,
Revert
no,
back
no,
to
no.
your human form.
Yeah, you no. I'm trying to. Okay, if you have like a bag in front of you that may or may not have a small child in it, under like a dark, grimy water, black water, in fact, as was described, you'd be able to ascertain what part of the bag doesn't have a part of the body in.
No, I'm just saying, if there was a floating bag, you don't think you could
It's
close
not
your eyes
floating.
and. Okay, well, if there's a bag, you don't think you could close your eyes and bite down on a corner of it without.
As a giant shark.
By toy bricks.
As a giant shark. No, I don't
doesn't
think I don't
have-
think you could. Just how Devin can't hold her bow non-threateningly, I don't think you can bite down on a bag.
I'm not trying. I'm like trying to get like a corner of the fabric.
I don't think you could.
And
though.
sharks can see underwater,
Their eyes are on the side of their head.
so I'll look at it from the side of my head then.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
I
will turn back into
mean,
Reese
my,
then.
okay.
Yeah,
my
like,
argument would be like a dolphin can push stuff around in the
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
or like a seal
Well, no,
can
I'm
push them
just
to the
saying, like,
surface. You could do
if
that.
you know you can turn into a fish and you see someone drowning,
Sure.
you turn
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
fish.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I did it.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Yeah,
arguing
no,
with being a
I'm
fish.
not.
I'm saying that you could just nose it.
Yeah.
Is my argument that dolphins and seals can nose things out of pools.
That
You
would be
could nose it
a much safer thing to do with the bag.
rather
Yes.
than bite it. But I'm not getting at you if that's how you want to do it.
I mean, I was just sort of planning to bob for apples with it, but
But yeah, Bran and Reese. Sorry, I'm not trying to like take the piss out of your heroic moment, but you get the bag there, Reese. You get there much before Bran, and because I'll say that you're since you can turn into a fish, you know not to risk biting down on a squirming bundle as a giant shark, and you just kind of like nose it up to the surface, and Bran, you catch up with him by the time he gets the bundle to the surface to like unravel the bundle, and so that the child inside can breathe. Um, a small Vistani girl kind of like splutters up out of the bag. Dark skin and dark curly hair, kind of in like messy curls, and she's just kind of like as you guys surface.
How old?
7, I think.
Jesus. So like not small.
No.
it's a strong ass drunk dude.
So like Bran holding on to the girl, like looks into the shark's eyes and just points at the guy.
No, I turned back into Reese, so I'm holding it. That was
Oh, okay. I thought you were still a shark.
You could still stay
She
the
said
shark.
you nosed it to the surface, so you
Yeah.
could still stay a shark to mold this guy to fucking death. But if you want to be Reese, that's fine.
Oh no, I had a different plan as how I was going to ruin this guy's day.
Okay.
All right. And then I give a look to you, and then I'm going to start full on swimming towards.
I'm going to cast
Okay.
water walk on myself.
All right.
I'm gonna climb out of the water onto the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna lamp this dude in the face.
As a shark?
No, he said
How
he
many
turned back.
times do I need to goddamn say it?
Talking about this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rob, for ruining your shark moment.
Natural 20 again. I'm not taking the piss. That's actually a natural 20 again.
I believe you. I believe you.
To punch this dude in the face.
So it's
2 damage.
it's a crit. So you get to do
Oh no,
It's-
it's 2
it's max
damage plus
damage
my
and-
strength.
yeah.
So it's 1 damage.
But that one damage is a double.
No, it is, but I have -1 strength.
Oh.
So
It's to a minimum of 1. So
Well, at least he's that injured now, I guess.
But
I mean, I'm too brutal to play Meadowwind sometimes. I'm like, I just fucking drown him.
But
Check
yeah, it's
Bring
kind
some.
of like one of those things. Like, as you were walking across the water to punch this man in the face, he like didn't like stop from his singing, and like he kind of like barely acknowledges you as you like walk over, and you just kind of like lean over and deck him straight in the mouth, and like that stops the singing, and he kind of drops the fishing pole, like clutching his chin, and then he finally like looks up at you and is just all like, "Oh, teeth!
What did he say? Sorry.
Oh, my teeth!"
Oh, I'll punch him again. That's less good. It's a 7.
But he's prone now, right? So you get advantage.
Yes, Liam.
Yeah,
and
sure.
you're doing this
Yeah.
while carrying a 7-year-old girl.
No, you
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
girl. You have the girl, I think.
I asked. He said he was holding her. Did you give her to me?
I didn't say I did.
No, you didn't. So you carried the 7-year-old
I'm
girl
like-
over and started punching this man.
Nah,
while
it
holding
makes
her.
it makes more sense that she stayed with Bran. That's what I was picturing. Kind of picture like
Right.
Bran.
In my
That's
in
not
my
what.
head,
That's not what he said.
Bran
Yeah.
hasn't touched her. Reese
Okay.
swam over, turned into a human, got out,
Dropped her back
is holding
in the lake.
her, walked over, punch the dude in the face.
Apparently.
Okay.
And you punched him again for how much? 1 damage?
Well, I think I missed.
Wow.
You got it. You have advantage.
Oh, okay, then it's a 19
That will hit.
for 1 damage.
Am I within 120 feet now?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm ready to blast this dude. I'm gonna look at Bran with my quarterstaff raised and a green light shimmering off the end.
So Bran swimming possibly like notices the light, like turns over in the water because I guess he's a little bit ahead of you, maybe, I don't know, from
Yeah,
leaping and diving and swimming. And yeah, you
think you're like
don't
30
see him
feet out
saying
from
no.
them. Yeah.
He's like, fucking do it, basically. But he's not saying it.
Yeah, you're maybe 20 feet away there,
Okay.
Dan, just for so you know. Because
Cool,
I
so next
kind of
turn.
picture that you surfaced whenever you saw that Reese had the girl.
The magic from this dice hath gone. That's a 15.
That will hit because this guy's just a commoner.
Okay. I only have 3d6, so I'll have to roll even to then one again. 10. Oh shit. Let's go for the lowest one. 14 radiant damage upon his physog.
So why don't you describe to me how radiant damage disintegrates like this dude?
That's probably about it. He swings the quarterstaff above his head, with both hands, like round and poof, green light shimmers in like a firework position, like way where it like spins in like a helix sort of rotation. Sort of focuses on him, straight down. Green light, green and pink light. Foosh.
And
Boosh.
the glittering light just kind of erupts in front of like you, Reese, as like you hold the girl.
I'll like kind of pull her in close so she doesn't watch this dude get disintegrated.
Obliterated.
Yeah, it's like Terminator 2, the guy, Sarah at the fence.
I'm torn. I kind of want him to be a bunch of flowers now, but I don't know if that's too much.
I like it.
Like moss just grows over the body and immediately sprouts flowers.
That's cool. I like that. Let's go with that.
I like
But
that.
it's in the water, right?
Yeah.
No, he's
Not
in
contained
a
from
boat.
ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you
it's
didn't
like-
knock him from the ship. Okay.
He just created a floating island.
So yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Essentially, there's just a rowboat in the middle of the lake that's filled with flowers now.
And
When
Reeks and the girl.
When Bran reaches the boat and pulls himself in, are there other bags with other girls or children in
Oh,
them?
good fucking question.
You find massive amounts of empty bottles, like
Okay.
of alcohol, and like the bait and his fishing pole.
But no other bags.
No.
Kids. Okay.
And the girl just kind of like has like her arms around Reese's neck. As I kind of imagine you got her like on your hip or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bran will lock eyes for her for like a moment, and then you better sit down, and then start like rowing them back again.
And like the flower boat.
Sure.
Or
He's in a boat. Otherwise, they're all gonna have to swim, 60
Yeah,
feet to get to
yeah.
Meadowmain or further.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Also,
Seeing other
he's gonna toss the corpse into the lake because he's not rowing a corpse back with a little girl in.
Okay.
It's gonna be a really pretty bit of coral, that.
Yeah. So you
Or a bunch of dead flowers, number two.
like you shoulder up like the big the drunkard and toss him over the side like he did to the girl, and like the three of you sit in the boat and begin rowing back to the shore.
Yeah, seeing them rowing back, that's when Meadowman's like, okay, let's start rowing. Back the way.
The the girl kind of is still kind of like holding on to Reese because I kind of am because Rob hasn't said he's let her go.
Yeah, he wouldn't let
Yeah.
her go. He'd
Yeah,
keep her
she's
hot.
still holding on to Reese and is just kind of like looking across the boat at you, Bran, with like this, like it's not fear or confusion or anything like that that you might like expect from a small child after like what just happened, but she just kind of like looks at you calmly and says, "Thank you." Or thank you. No, hold on. Let me. No,
Trying to
this voice will be very annoying, won't it?
A little bit, maybe deepen it a tad.
Is this a little? This a little? No, 7-year-olds don't really sound
Oh
like
no,
that
I like
though.
that. Oh no, I like that. That's cute. I dig it.
Seven. This is a little. This
7-year-old
is
that smokes 20 a day.
this is a little bit like Penelope from Wreck-It Ralph. Only I can't do Sarah Silverman's
Yeah,
voice.
that's exactly.
So
It's very Vanellope. Yeah.
she just says, "Thank you, sir." Now I kind of sound like Lucy from Twin Peaks too. Excuse me, Sheriff Truman.
Yep, yeah, I hear it.
I'm not entirely sure who it sounds like to you, but I think it sounds good.
Excuse me, Detective or Deputy Brennan. I have work to do. Sorry,
I think she's lost it.
We're having
sorry,
way too much fun here.
sorry. I've been watching Twin Peaks way too much.
Reese is looking for the bag.
He's actually going to crawl into himself and throw himself in the lake.
But she says thank you to Bran and kind of like looks over Reese and says, "Thank you. I'm gonna have to like talk like this for a while now because it's really easy to lose this voice. I gotta work on it to keep
It's
it."
all right.
Okay.
Do you know why he was trying to throw you?
Bluto said that he wasn't having any luck with his fish lately, and he was trying to sacrifice me to the lake to change his luck. That is what he said.
Who is he to?
Oh, nobody. He's from Falaki. He took me from my father's camp. He said the Vistani are lucky and thought that I would make the lake happy.
Where is your camp?
It's not too far from Valaki, and she kind of points in a direction. In like a direction that the Ravens did tell you that the Vistani were camped. They're a little southwest of Valaki.
Do I know, like, roughly how long it would take to get there?
You wouldn't make it back in time for Isaac, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe, like, turn into a horse and I'll just charge her there and charge back.
You might run the risk of, because it's a couple of hours walk to get here. So the only reason you have a couple of hours, you would run the risk of running into Isaac on the way there if you did that.
I mean,
So
you
we
can't
wouldn't.
catch a fucking horse, I hope. Do his
I mean,
legs-
no, he wouldn't have a reason to stop you, but I'm just saying, like, you would probably you'd miss the Isaac fight. If you tried to take care of that. Did that now.
Did you really notice if Reese isn't in the fight?
Oh, now that's not very nice there,
Well,
Jax.
we would because there's not a body on the floor.
Ooh, boy.
You know, if this was the Thursday game, we'd be saying that about you, Liam.
That's a very
boy.
good point. A very, very good point.
But this isn't the Thursday game.
Remember how in the Thursday game I said I've been watching a lot of comedy roasts on Facebook?
Bring
Get
it,
ready for
motherfucker.
today.
Reese's film, like, leaving his friends to die at the manic psychopath seems like actually quite a fucking good idea right about now.
I mean, he did like glow with like light and like burn up a bunch of. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. bunch of
Wait a minute.
vampires. Um, the last fight, he purported himself very nicely. You all should be a little bit nicer to your angel.
I mean, I feel like me and Dev haven't said anything right now.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, yeah. You guys are okay.
I love you, Rob.
Like,
Anyways,
let's keep it every fiber of my being.
anyways,
Do we have enough time to take her back to like the blue water?
that is totally what I was just telling Rob. No, you're not gonna have
Oh, I
time
see.
for that.
Okay. I thought it was he wouldn't have time to take her to the camp and back. But I see.
No,
Okay,
I mean,
you
The
get it.
camp is close,
It's
relatively.
the camp isn't closer to the lake because you guys are on the north side of Villaki, and the camp is on the southwest side of Villaki.
And so, are there any like places we trust nearby? No.
No, I mean there. You could take her towards the mountain, but there's a mad mage over there. That might not be a good idea.
I mean, I feel like her just hiding in a boat, maybe, till we get this done.
Yeah.
She
So
might have been
what were you
safer at the bottom
guys-
of the lake.
Speaking of which, what were you guys doing out here anyway?
Apparently saving you.
That's not why you came out here, though, because
Are-
you
Are we
were
back in the shop?
surprised
Are we
to
all
see
together,
me.
or is it? are
Yeah,
they still
sure.
talking
I'll
in
say
the-
you guys are all together at this
Okay,
point,
cool.
just so that you all can
Communicate.
communicate. Yeah, be part of the conversation. The for those of you who are taking part of the conversation, the Vistani girl is very odd. As like no,
Isn't everyone?
You
No.
you can't talk level mage.
I mean, I'm trying to DM here, guys. This is very rude. But, anyways, I'm kidding. She has old soul eyes, if that makes sense. Like, she's not acting afraid or, she's not acting the way a child of 7 would act after such a harrowing experience. She's just very calm and fearless in like a way that, like, you know, someone who knew that she wasn't in any danger. If that makes any sense.
What's your name, dear sweetheart?
My name is Arabelle.
That's a lovely name, that there.
Thank you. What is your name?
My name's Meadowmane.
You're
Very
not
sweet,
from
Arabelle.
here, Meadowmane.
None of us are.
No, I could tell.
Now, how could you tell that, there?
I wonder
Well,
what gave
besides
that
me,
away.
obviously, I definitely don't belong there.
You all are colorful.
He kind of cocks his head. Colorful how?
You're not gray and empty like Bluto was.
He's pretty colourful now.
It was a lovely shade of pink I picked.
It was. It was very pretty.
Right, well, to tell you the truth, we're here to, kind of looks to the others for help. Stop a bad man
Very bad man.
You did stop a very bad man.
and
well-
another one. And,
It'll be a 2-for-1 evening, this seems, at this lake.
Well, it seems that perhaps my fortunes were favored by our paths crossing today.
we're just going to slowly put this girl down. Nah, he would have already. She's 7. Like,
She's like, maybe comes up to, like, your chest. She's a tall 7-year-old.
yeah.
Because, like, Reese isn't the tallest of the bunch. But yeah.
How do you know Mr. Bluto there?
Well, he's just one
How
of
did
the...
you, I suppose?
It's just... He told me his name.
And that's the only interaction you've had with him?
Pretty much.
And he picked you because the Vistani are lucky there, eh?
Yes. At least, so he thought. And it seems as though I was, because, well, here you all are, and you were here just in the nick of time.
Can't argue with that logic.
This legend of the lake there, is that something that most people know, or is that something that maybe Bluto just made up?
I think it was just the rambling dreams of a drunk and very desperate man.
Well, he'll be wanting for nothing more now.
I suppose he must have been having it very rough because he did say that the fish haven't been biting for quite some time, and I think he was just trying to change that luck for himself and others.
And
Unfortunately,
Sean,
I don't know how to. I wouldn't have known how to fix the lake. I don't think I would have. I don't think my dead body would have made anything better for the fish in the lake. But he
oh,
seemed to think so.
I don't think so either. May Shanti give him a brighter path on his next life there, eh?
Hmm, I don't know if you should waste your prayers like that, Mr. Meadowmane.
No prayers are ever wasted, Arabelle.
Hmm, for a better soul, maybe.
Bad souls are tainted by the world they live in.
Hmm.
Once they've been taken out of that world, their soul can be given new life, given another chance. That's the way
I'm
I
not
feel anyway.
saying he was a bad soul. I just mean, well, I don't think he had one.
Don't know how to respond to that, gonna be honest with you. Well, if better to take the chance that he did, and it can get a second chance.
That is very good of you, Mr. Meadowmane.
Now, I don't think we're going to be able to get you somewhere safe before the bad man shows up. Do you have any way to keep yourself safe?
Um, I can hide. That
That's a
seems
good
like
idea.
the most logical solution for the situation, and then you can
I
take me back to my father's camp.
I think that's a good idea. Do you think you could be able to roll this boat out into the middle of the lake just to make sure you're as far away from the action as possible?
I can do that.
I think that's a good idea there. You're a very clever girl, Arabelle.
Thank you, Mr. Meadowmane. May I know the rest of your names? She says, kind of like looking at you in each.
Reese.
Thank you,
Devin.
Reese. Devin?
Brand just looks very uncomfortable at her, presuming that he has acute knowledge of girls this age, and this is not how they
She's definitely
behave.
acting more like an adult than a small child.
Brand just kind of like locks her gaze for a bit, and then, how do you know the nature of man's souls, or men's souls?
I'm a Vistana.
You one of those seers?
I think I will be.
You can see what others don't. See into someone.
She nods.
Right. Well, we were told that there were no seers for this tribe of Vistani.
I am
Is that
not a
true?
seer yet,
Yeah.
but I think I will be.
How do you think they'll take to it?
Mm, my father is the leader of this camp. I think
Oh,
he
he
could
is he?
do. I think he could do with a calming influence.
Did he, from what we heard, kill the last seer? Or did the last
No,
seer
they
die?
just didn't have one.
They just didn't have one. Right.
hmm
Right.
But
Hmm.
I will say that you guys do suspect that it was someone from this camp that brought you here.
Yeah. You don't know who we are.
She shakes her head.
Right.
Should I?
The lassie we spoke to did.
I think
But
perhaps because you saved me, I wouldn't have been able to see you before. A Vistana can't read their own future.
huh. Well, we'll make sure to get you back to your pa then.
He'll appreciate your kindness.
He'll kneel down to one knee and just like look her in the eye and go and extend a hand. The name's Bran.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Bran. She'll like take your hand and shake it like an adult.
I was going to say, I imagine it's a very like
It's
clasp, one move, and then a release.
Yeah, it's like one pump and done type of
Yeah,
shake.
he's not treating her like a kid too
Yeah.
much. Well, you have to look after yourself when we're gone.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Good.
Don't give her the spell book. Bad idea.
He'll
What spellbook?
he'll give her like a slight smile and then stand up and maybe help her into the boat or something if
Yeah.
everyone's done introducing themselves.
No, she'll turn to Minar, looking at him expectantly. Because he didn't give his
And
name.
then
I no. Don't like this creepy little kid.
it's just your name, Minor. It's not that hard.
I just told him. There you go. What you said.
That's so good, Lee. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but if you did, you were.
I did that. I will say I did do that on purpose.
Oh my god, I love you.
Yeah,
That's so good.
Arabelle will just kind of nod
Right.
in not an understanding.
I almost did it with Bran as well because he was taking ages to give her a name. I'm like, it's just your name, Bran.
Yeah, but she's not a regular kid, is she? So
No, it's a good point.
You can have a point of inspiration for the
Cheers,
song
Rob.
name, William.
Cheers, Rob. I'm gonna hold you that for the record.
I like
You use that to re-roll your stats.
Savage. Anyway, helping her into the boat.
Yeah, helping her into the boat. And she kind of paddles into the center of the lake. Or not the center of the lake. She'll row a good 40, 50 feet out. And then kind of like lay down in the base of the boat, kind of like just lay down, I guess. Lay down and get comfortable. And
Wait for the bad man now, dearie.
mhm.
He says to the other.
Are you gonna wait out in the
Yeah.
open?
Are we
Uh,
wanting to talk to him, or are we wanting to?
Bran knows this guy's gonna die at the end of this. He has a very big feeling, but also he hasn't. We've heard that he's brutalized people, and I think people have gone missing and stuff and done awful things. But I think he was going to give him the chance to act out first,
Yeah.
Well-
unless you convince him otherwise. But I think he knows that this guy's going to die here.
We can certainly antagonize him if I've got the doll.
If you've taken it, other people don't know. But yes, you can. If Minor wants to antagonize him, it will make it much easier.
Well, what
if
you
you
do
had
is,
if you had not minor illusion, but disguise
Minor
self.
illusion.
You could disguise self and disguise yourself as Arena and see how he acts.
There was a thought in my brain of having Redwyn disguise himself as Irina and seeing what happened. There was that thought, but we're doing it now. Do we know what the Burgermeister told Isaac he was coming to the lake for?
No, he just said that he'd send him out to the lake. If you want, I'll let you retroactively invite Redwin.
Do we think that's necessary? Everyone else?
I think it'd be interesting to see how it reacts.
It's up to you. I'll allow it. You guys would have had time to prepare for this coming out.
If nothing else, it's another pair of hands. If things start to get really hairy.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to play Meadowmate or Redwin, aren't I? Fuck. No, you can't do that. Never mind. Fuck off.
All right,
We've
plan
got
B.
the doll. That's fine. That's fine.
Got a
It was
doll.
just- I thought
Plan B, we've got the doll. We're
Wave
holding
doll
it
around.
on
taking
his
this
head.
guy's stuff. Give him a furlough.
There you go.
Oh shit! Can I do? How do I trick him into thinking I'm Irina?
You can
Makeup?
You can
Let him in.
no, because
Convincing
you can
accent.
change yourself into another
Yeah.
humanoid. You'd just be a tall Arena. He doesn't know how tall
Let-
she is.
Let's hear the voice though.
Oh well. Hello there, Mr. Isaac dearie.
That's not how. Oh, I see. It's Meadowmane
He
doing
doesn't
the
know.
impression. I see.
Oh.
That wasn't me doing an impression, was it? I can't remember what Irina sounds like. I'm afraid.
Sounds like
She
Mrs.
kinda-
Brown's voice.
She kind of no.
He doesn't know.
She kind of sounds like a little bit like Reese, but feminine.
So a little bit like Reese.
Yep.
I wasn't gonna say that,
Oh,
but
I'm
you
not going to
did.
do Welsh. Oh Jesus.
That is a little,
Meadowmane.
a little bit how she talks, yeah. And then her brother's all like, "Oh, time for a bit of the rough and tumble," but you know.
Listen to a bit of Tom Jones.
And there you. I mean, I don't sound that shrill, but sure.
That's
Yeah,
just
but
me.
it's Meadowmane doing an impression.
Aye, this is Metal Minute, not me. He will pitch this idea. Do we think it will work? Is it at all necessary?
I think it's going to be the best thing you've done in
I
ages.
think it's extremely necessary.
Mm-hmm. All those in favour say aye.
Hi.
I
I.
Oh, I love that. This is a joke. Okay.
Was that the kid out in the boat even going, aye?
Meadowmane is going to use his innate Furbolg magic to disguise himself to appear like Irina to the best of his ability. She's slightly taller. She's a bit thicker, not with two C's. Like long flowing red hair. He looks gorgeous.
and then
Strahd
we're
would
gonna.
be-
How long
Strahd
can you
would be
keep that up?
evident. Sorry?
How long can you keep that up?
Let me
That's
check.
what she said.
Oh god.
Set yourself up for that joke.
1 hour. So I would wait till we're about an hour away, or half an hour away, and then I would do it.
Okay.
So I've got half an hour with it.
Okay.
So
I don't think
we're,
we need that half an hour for the record.
so we're gonna hide in the bushes and see how he reacts when Meadowmane's like, "Oh, hey, it's me. I'm your long lost sister." Probably that's the prevailing theory.
It's gross. So gross. I hope you washed that doll before you grabbed it.
I mean, he doesn't know that that's his sister, but yeah.
Still very, very gross.
It is super gross.
Super duper gross. I'm glad he's dying. Anyway,
Covets her in an unwholesome way.
any other things we want to prepare before?
Oh
Half
yeah,
and half.
I have a thing.
I'm gonna wash my hands in the lake.
Good shout.
He turns into a shark. Just on land, flaps about. a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell when I get the. In fact, no, I'm gonna wait.
Do you guys want a
Good shout.
short rest before while you wait?
Yes.
I don't get my spells back on a short rest, do I?
You don't, but
No.
Reese will.
You will. Okay.
Oh, he'll get
Um,
some levels.
And yeah, he'll get some levels back, and then he'll get his wild shapes back because I think he's used.
You used one for wolf and one for shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's used a Misty Step before on like last session, so he's a few spell slots down.
He is.
I think Well, Bran, get something too. Get something back on the show.
I would get my Channel Divinity, but I already have that back, and that's the only thing that comes back. So
Okay.
all of the prep we had, all the lay on hands and things and spells don't come back.
Okay. Any other preps that y'all would like to do?
Practice jumping out of the bushes and shooting.
Or practice your nonchalant bow holding for the next time.
It's like flying casual. Like, how do you fly casually? How do you hold a longbow casually?
Well, I'm going to show you.
See how well you do.
I'll be looking
Also, I
forward
don't
to
really
that
need to-
TikTok.
I don't really need to emulate Irina that closely, do I? Because he doesn't know what she's like.
Yeah, you've got the doll. So you can use the likeness from that.
Oh no, I was meaning not in terms of visual, because I've seen
Oh.
Irina before. I could copy. I'm meaning in terms of personality, I can kind of do whatever because he's never met her.
I mean, he knew her when she was like 3.
Yeah,
So not
she's-
as an adult,
oh, yeah,
yes.
I'm just
So-
And you
Fall
have
on
the
the
real
floor.
Irina as a...
And
Throw a
As a base.
tantrum.
But I'm thinking, acting
Like,
like
you got-
actual Irina is probably not going to be terribly conducive to what we're trying. So I'm thinking about being someone else, but looking like Irina.
you kind of got like the impression of that he was very, very young whenever all of this happened, and so
Yeah.
the chances of him remembering Irina, other than in some sort of vague subconscious way, like he doesn't remember that's his sister. He doesn't remember that she got lost in the woods whenever he lost his arm. That was a pretty traumatic experience. So it's just kind of like, yeah.
It's just like a lasting subconscious image, right? That he has some association with. He
That he's
doesn't know
become obsessed.
entirely why.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
become obsessed with.
It's still weird that she's adult in the dolls and not a kid.
Bran was just going to accuse him of these various crimes and things. So, but now he's sitting in a bush while the guy turns into this guy's fantasy. It's a bit weird.
This is the weirdest thing that's happened today.
I mean, it's pretty close
I
there.
think so.
He says as Irina.
It's very strange hearing Meadow Maiden's voice come out of Irina's slightly whiter lips. It's like Uncanny Valley for you guys, kind of looking at her.
Like a
it's-
bad Chinese dub or something.
Yeah, no, it's like the face is right because that's the important thing. Like the face is all right, but like yeah, she's slightly a couple of inches broader in shoulder than the real Irina, and several like half a head taller, and so that kind of like makes like her limbs look slightly out.
Do you think we need to keep the eye color accurate? Because I think because it's Furbolg and because it's kind of Shanti, I wonder if his eyes might still be pink.
I will leave that up to however you want to flavor that. If you want your disguised self to have you like always with pink eyes and slightly yeah. with pink eyes, that's up to you. You don't I feel like
pink
that
eye?
kind of I think that this is me. I love that flavor, Liam, but I feel like that slightly defeats the purpose of disguising yourself.
But that's how we know who's the real Meadow Man and who's the evil Meadow Man.
But
He's
yeah,
got pink eye.
Oh, here we go. Maybe that's like he's looking at them as Irene. He's like, how do I look there? And somebody points out that he still has pink eyes, so he's like, oh right. And then he blinks, and then they're Irina colored.
I think you've
like
got
that.
some pink eye there.
someone fart in your pillow.
I somehow did not foresee that joke when I designed this character.
I'm so sorry.
Really?
I thought it would be nice because she's a goddess. She has roses. Roses are pink. It's nice.
But
I-
Now I'm being
Because
I
Pink eye.
honestly, Liam, even though you've had that custom art for like a few weeks now,
You've only just noticed the
you
pink
only
eyes.
just noticed that he has pink eyes. Yeah, the massive nose kind of distracts from it.
It is a wee bit, yeah. Sorry.
The Seth Rogen Furbolg makes me happy though.
Oh boy.
That's that.
Yeah. One scene cannot be unseen.
If only Liam could laugh like that, that'd be great. He did Seth Rogen though. I can't do
I
the
can't,
silver.
I can't remember how Seth Rogen laughs. I could do a Jimmy Carr laugh.
What the?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Pink Eye
Sorry.
Express.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I've completely derailed this.
Mm.
Keep going.
It's been a very deraily session.
So, Middleman,
So-
how are you doing?
So is the agreement we just stay in the bushes and until like
Yep, until this gets creepy or dangerous.
okay.
I'm positioning next to Devon again.
Okay.
I think we're way past the point
When I
of
when I
creepy
drop the
dangerous.
disguise self as your
Not for any
key,
weird reason. I have a thing.
Creepy and dangerous. That's our group thing.
Your group CD.
oh, I don't want that.
It's my new role-playing game I'm coming out with next year, C&D.
Creepy and dangerous. You got both stats. You got creepy and dangerous, and you got like somewhere in there.
Yeah, you have to solve all. It's like laser beams and tricorders. You have to either solve your problem with laser beams, or you gotta solve.
Lasers and feelings.
Oh,
Yeah,
lasers
lasers
and
and feelings.
feelings,
Yeah. You gotta solve
Mate.
your problem with lasers or solve your problem with feelings.
Laser
So
beams and
is-
tricorders. How did you...
I was trying to think of like the opposite of shooting lasers.
Yes, we fellow humans and our emotion tricorders.
Yes.
You either solve your problems with creepy or you solve your problems with danger.
Danger.
Yes.
Holy shit, this is genius.
That sounds like a Rob game.
Sounds like it'd be powered by the apocalypse, actually.
Anyway,
Sorry.
this is gonna go tits up.
So y'all are hiding. Anything else? Is warding bond still up on Reese?
No, that lasted an hour.
Okay.
That was for when shit was going to go down. And I have more spell slots, but I think Bran thinks it's just one dude. And he over-prepared last time, so he's
I'm
going
gonna
to
bring
leave
this
himself
time.
some slots to smite this guy, so
Okay.
And we also have the element of surprise.
true.
Okay, surprise.
Well done, see.
Inspiration.
She's learning.
Thank you, I am learning. Okay,
No.
so
You
any
have the
other
DM inspiration.
preparations y'all would like to make? Speak now or forever hold your pieces.
Casually hold my longbow.
And then casually hold you. That seems counterintuitive.
So is that a no? Okay, we'll get
I
to
play
this then.
tic-tac-toe with Reese in the dirt.
I'll
Checks
pick some
anything.
flowers and give them to Middleman.
Aww.
Oh, good shout.
Well, we're going to be sitting here for a little while, so there's no point in me putting my turret up, is there?
I said I was putting it up about half an hour before we were expected, because then
Right.
if he shows up early, I'll be in disguise. If he shows up on time, we'll have about half an hour before it drops.
Right. I'll time it with you then. When you do your stuff, I'll do my stuff, and we'll coordinate.
Make sense? I think that's us all then. DM, ma'am.
Oh.
That's
Sorry, I muted myself. So,
Oh.
what were you doing, Checks? I'm sorry.
When Liam does his Middleman does his thing, I will throw up my Eldritch Cannon and tell it to go and sit up in a tree somewhere or something.
Okay. Yeah, easily done. So yeah, eventually, like, you guys wait and like, you those of you who are hiding in bushes, I will take
That's me.
a stealth check, please.
Oh, okay.
I'm out in the open, so I'm all good.
Oh, wow. I rolled a different dice and I'm rolling pretty well. 23.
16.
Okay.
10.
Mm.
Okay.
The cannon's really loud.
I forgot. Wait, I didn't check which
Reese?
bush I was hiding in. It's poison ivy.
Amazing.
I mean, roll me a Constitution save then.
2 on the die. 4.
Nah, I won't give you disadvantage on the fight. That was tempted to. But
I'm
I
okay
won't.
with that. I'm not Rob. I don't complain about every little thing.
Oh dear.
Shots fired. Okay then, you're poisoned. From the poison ivy as you're kind of like trying to distracted by the itch. Rob, what was your stealth?
You could, Rob.
I mean, he's stealth's great. I didn't even know he was here. He's so quiet.
7.
Oh god. Do we get some sort of advantage for being here for hours? Time to prepare. I don't know.
Do you want him to have disadvantage or do you want you to have advantage?
Oh. I mean, he's either got to beat a 10 or a 7 at the minute, and even with disadvantage, he might. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He could have disadvantage, maybe.
No,
Hopefully, Irina, inverted commas, is enough of a distraction. To give
that
him
was why he was going to have a disadvantage. But I'll say he'll have disadvantage. You guys will have advantage because of Arena and you guys
So-
had plenty of time. So yeah, reroll. Because
So we can reroll.
I am a kind and generous DM.
It's worse.
Great.
Sorry.
You've turned into a horse and you're just munching on a bush.
It's the same poison ivy bush I'm hiding in.
Professional.
Checks, Devin. I don't know why I mixed up your names. Mine are Devin, Bran.
I still have 18. I did, or 23 in total with
Okay,
the
okay.
modifier. I didn't. Reroll.
Yeah, it was like 15 this time, so.
Mine are.
Sorry, what am I re-rolling?
You re-rolling your stealth because you had plenty of time. Yada yada yada.
11.
Okay, slightly better, I guess. I like that art better. Pew! Okay. Yes. So, Meadowmane is his Butamus arena self, and eventually, you guys hear like the sound of people trudging up the trail from Baleki.
Longingly out into the lake. I said ocean. It's a lake.
Yeah. You hear like the men enter the clearing and pause at the sight of Meadowmane looking forlorningly out by the lake.
Hands clasped in front of him, one over the other.
Jesus Christ.
I've been waiting for hours.
Thankfully it was a group stealth check. Enough of you passed. And Isaac kind of like stops in his tracks, and the two guards like flanking like either side of him, kind of like looking up, all like. And you see Isaac up close, bald head, like the wolf fur over his shoulders, the one massive arm, and like a huge battle axe like lashed over his back, and he kind of like freezes in place and says, "You," to himself.
This voice is gonna come out awful. Yes. It's me.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry, this voice is awful.
I'm so happy.
This is a serious game, god damn it.
I'm trying to be serious, but I'm sorry.
Yes.
Lead on.
Yeah, Isaac takes like another like step forward, the big, huge arm by his side is up close. You can see that it's kind of covered in like spiny barbs. For those of you who are on like his right side, I think. Yes, right side. You see his arm looks fiendish, and he kind of like takes a step closer to Arena slash Meadowmane. And he's just turn around. That's not his voice. Turn around. I don't know. He's got a voice. Turn around. He says. Fuck.
Your heart fiddly.
Fuck you.
Meadowmane slowly turns to face him gingerly.
There is like a look of I don't know how to describe. Definitely not a good look that crosses
You can
over his
say
face.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's like weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird face.
It's not a wholesome look.
It's not a wholesome look, no. And he takes like another couple of steps towards Meadowmane.
I'll take like a single step back, just like as in, like you're coming too close, too quick. Chill out.
His brow furrows in like kind of like anger whenever you take a step back, and that just kind of makes him reach out a hand, and he's like, "I've been dreaming of you, and now you're finally here." And he like reaches out to grab Meadowmane's arm
I'll
by the
slap
wrist.
it away.
Okay. He looks furious, and
I am not your plaything. Yeah. As seriously as I possibly can.
He just reaches out again.
I'm gonna bat him away again.
Make an acrobatics check then.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, he's going to try and to grapple you.
Oh, okay. 31.
Or athletics if you want.
At 14 if it's athletics.
Yeah, his huge right hand comes around what should be a dainty Arena wrist. And he looks confused as like his hand clasps over a thick furbolg arm that is wider than the illusion. So it looks like he's grabbing onto like the air
There.
around Arena's wrist, and he looks down in confusion because like he probably feels like the armor, and I suppose Arena wears armor, but that depends on how you portrayed her, I guess. But he looks down because he feels something that he's not seeing, and then he like looks back up at you and like roars, "Deceiver!" And he's going
I'm gonna
to
cast Sacred Flame.
we'll roll initiative then.
Yeah. Did you
I-
guys get a surprise roll? Because a surprise round, sorry.
You won't because you're right.
No, yeah,
there.
I know. I was
Okay.
meaning the others.
I had a
yeah.
thing that I wanted to do as and when we sort of jumped into combat. But
Yeah.
I didn't know if the readied action was because we weren't action.
Sure, go for it.
I'm gonna cast flame arrows on Devon's quiver. So
Oh, nice.
all the arrows in there do an extra d6 fire damage.
Yes.
I like to imagine that when he says Deceiver, Meadowmane drops the thing and just yells now.
Whatever safe word we pick.
Oh, hooray.
As you like. I'll take initiative rolls while we're getting into this.
Oh, should I? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh wow.
Uh huh.
18 for reach.
7
Okay, hold on.
for Meadowmane.
7 for Meadowmane. 18 for Reese.
I got 21.
Oh, very nice.
Speedy bastard.
I've got five decks mods. So
What'd you get, Devin?
8.
Oh no. Mine are.
5.
5.
And I was like,
Shit.
Ooh, he got. He did very well. Bran, you are up first. You guys get your. If you guys were planning on doing something stealthily from the bushes, I don't know what Bran can do from the bushes. But we'll see. I don't know. What are you guys wanting to do before we get into things?
I mean, is he able to get within whipping range and whip this guy? Just he was looking away from the bushes, and
As I understand
That's
it, you
a
have a
reason.
surprise round. Is that right, C?
Yeah, you guys. Are
You
gonna
guys have a surprise round.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't because I'm right there, but you guys do.
yeah. So basically,
Yeah. I
close
suppose.
distance.
Yeah, you could close distance and whip.
And whip my head back and forth. Sure. So he has like both whips at the ready and he will. Oh, I tell you what, I got Vow Amenity back, haven't I? So he is going to come forth out of the bushes, point at Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Your reign of terror is at an end. And vow of enmity him, so I have advantage on all attacks on him, and then make one attack, because that was my bonus action.
Sure,
oh no, I've
sure,
got two
sure,
attacks, because I'm level 5, so they both have advantage. Pow pow pow. That's 2 11s. And roll again. One of them is a crit and one of them is 2, so one of them is 11 plus 7 for 18, and the other one is a crit.
Both hit.
I will do the little one first. Full damage for 11 damage.
Okay.
And then the crit.
Is a D6 plus whatever you roll plus your mod.
And then I might as well put Schmite on it. I saved for this occasion. So it is 6 plus 5 that I roll
all of
plus
your-
the mod. 16.
I feel like it'd be too much to say that. I can't remember if. Have I ruled that sneak attack and smites are max damage and then rolls as well? Because I know normally you would double those in a crit, but I feel like that might be much, but I can't remember if I've ruled one way or another in the past.
Yeah.
I think there was a very large smite, I think, against that shambling mound in the early days.
Yes. Okay. Then yeah, you get to
but-
max out the crit, the smite damage too. Then I just want to be consistent.
And then roll again. However you want to play it, I don't mind. We're not got a rogue, right? So
Yeah, I was
you can change it
thinking.
if you want.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to remember how I ruled it in the Black Mirror mini campaign because I'm pretty sure one of the many rogues in that game crit at some point because there were like 3 of you, and I can't remember.
How would you like to do it?
Yeah. Take your max smite and then, because whatever I give them or whatever I give you, I can give to my enemies. So.
Okay, I guess. So if it's a level 2 slot, that's 3d8. So that's 24 on the base damage, and then I roll the rest.
Do 30 damage already, even without rolling anything.
And that is 10, 12 damage extra from the roll.
How much in total?
From the smite, 36. From the hit, 16. From the hit before that, it was 11 damage. The normal hit. So the crit was 16 and 36 smite.
Oof. I might need to adjust its HP.
Sure. Well, he's been pissed all day and he didn't get to beat up somebody in the manor, so now he's beating someone up now. And so all that built pent up fury, I guess, from earlier in the day, releases itself in a like a white green like explosion. It smashes into the back of his head or something.
Nice. I like it. Okay.
That's my go.
Very good. And who's next on the surprise round?
I'm doing my arrows thing too.
Okay, so Devin, Minor.
I can take my shots.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna bonus action Slayer's Prey. It just basically gives, on my first attack, gives extra 1d6 damage on a creature within 60 feet of me. Alright, now shoot my 2 arrows. It's gonna be a 29 and a 26 to hit.
Let me check. Yeah, those both hit.
10 out of 10 delivery.
So they get an extra 1d6 from the bowstring, right? Well, from the arrows.
Yeah, from the arrows.
So the first one is going to be 12 points of damage.
Nice.
And I'm sorry, no, that's 17 points of damage. I forgot to add my modifier.
Okay.
And then the next one is going to be 12 points of damage.
Dang. Your dex is already 20 or 20?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Mine is too.
Oh, that's right. You
Don't
guys
mind-
you're level 5. Sorry.
Yeah. My next nearest stat is only 14, but the primary stat is 20.
Minor.
One hand is busy scratching at the poisoned ivy while the metal gauntlet comes up. Fugo! 17.
Will hit.
And it is. Make sure I've done this right. 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And a bonus action for the cannon to go off, and whoever is within 10 feet of the cannon, which I assume is Devon at least. Who else is Rob? Reese, sorry.
Probably Meadowmane. I kind of assume you might have put it close to.
He put it in the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Okay.
it's probably nearer me than.
I've walked out of the trees, so probably
Yeah.
not me, but Dev and Reese
Reese,
are both
yeah.
still in the tree line.
Okay, you will both get 14 temporary hit points.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, is that myself included? Sorry.
I think you're out of range.
That's cool. No worries.
Okay.
I would imagine.
The kind of depends on where Minar would Minar have made sure that Meadowmane would have been covered with his placement. So that's up to you, Chex.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because in my head, it's not working out that way. But that's just, yeah.
I gotcha. I was giving you the opportunity. Thank you for being honest. So that's everybody. First up in the initiative is Bran again.
Oh. Has he drawn his axe yet?
It hasn't been his turn, so. But he was
I just
definitely
wondered if he had it in
reaching
hand.
for it. No, but it's not in hand.
Did you let go of my arm yet, by the way?
No.
No, it hasn't got round to your goes. So.
No worries. Checking. It won't be for a while.
I now have advantage to hit. I'm going to attempt to. I think this is. It may be a bit harsh on him, but I think this is also sensible. I'm going to try and disarm him with one of these attacks and just pull the axe from his back before he gets to it, because I think it would be cool.
That would be cool, but it's probably like through a loop or something, so I can't imagine you'd be able to. If that since it's still like in its strap or whatever. Like if you ran up and cut it with a knife, I could see that. Unless you can explain to me how you would
I
disarm
mean,
with a
if
whip.
yanking it with the whip isn't enough, I can just hit him. I
Yeah.
mean, or it could be flavored that he's just drawing it free, and then I could pull it from him. Or my whips actually have silvered bladed edges on and could cut at the thing. But I can hit him for this.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
I
Yeah, I
can hit
forgot.
him for this turn and wait.
Okay.
I could give it one of the attacks to cut the things if you want.
Sure.
If I hit.
Whichever you want.
That's an 18 to cut at the holster.
Is
for
it just
axe.
the AC? Or is it a...
Well, that was me just flavoring that one of the attacks cuts away the thing holding the axe, and then I'll roll the other attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was asking if it's like from like your feet thing, so it like if it hits you forego damage to do X.
It is, but
Okay,
I
okay.
was foregoing an
yes.
attack to make it capable of me doing it on the next one.
Okay. Yes, you cut at the strap and it falls free or
Okay.
whatever.
And then this one is a miss. Oh no, I have advantage, of course. That is 24.
That also hits.
So that is a hit. So that is now what he has to beat with an athletics check for me
Oh.
to disarm him. So, because technically he would be holding this.
Okay, so athletics. Right.
I know he's not, but I
22.
think he would try. So that's not 24. So I guess he like kind of goes for it, and I win and pull it away by. So it's pulled into my space, or like 5 feet. The 5 feet space in front of me. But bear in mind, I'm only like 10 feet from him. So. And then as he maybe like turns around or something at the axe going to the floor, I will bonus action whip him for 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay,
I forgot you have 3 attacks now.
I do because I have bonus action 2 whips. 11 damage.
Okay.
And maybe Bran will like put his foot on the axe or something. Just be like, that's the last time you're going to swing that.
Alright, so he'll kind of throw Minar aside. If you were actually Arena, like the physical strength would have like thrown her to the ground or whatever, but like this is just Flavorsome. He's just like throwing like the arm out of his grasp, and he turns to face Bran, and he's like seething, and you see like, don't need the axe to kill you, and you see like this flame crawl up like the inside of his hand and like up the arm, and he's going to hurl flame at Bran. Does an 18 hit?
Yep.
Yeah. That is 3d6. You take 10 fire damage
Okay.
from as like this flame just breathes up out of his hand and like launches towards Bran, and then he is gonna bum rush you and Flavorsome as he's basically like running over to shove you off of his axe. Minar, you will get an attack of opportunity, but I don't think you had a weapon drawn because you're pretending to be Arena.
Medomain.
Medomain, yes. Medomain.
I did describe dropping the disguise self and yelling now before the surprise round.
Yes, but you wouldn't have had a chance to reach for a weapon, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
You would be unarmed in this moment. So unless you are a warcaster, you can punch at him.
Can I shoot him with a sacred flame?
Are you a
If you're
warcaster?
No. Okay.
Then no, you can throw a punch.
Sure, I'll punch him.
Okay.
Oh, there's a surprise attack. Sorry, I'm with you now.
Yeah, attack of
That's my
opportunity because
fault.
he's leaving
Sorry.
your space to go after Bran to get over his
That's my
axe.
fault. Sorry. Oh, it's not very good.
Because it's not your actual turn yet.
15 plus 5 for 20.
That hits, though.
3.
Okay. He goes,
Whoosh.
as you donkey punch him as he runs
Yeah,
away.
I kick him in the shin.
And it is now Reese's turn.
I wondered why I was up so soon. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that was my fault. Yeah.
Because he
How's he
wanted
looking?
he wanted to keep Bran away from his battle axe. He's looking hurt, but he's enraged and very, very angry.
Okay. So he's alone, right?
Yeah, like the guards kind of stood back and let y'all do his thing. Or
He's next to me right now.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
next to Bran.
Am I doing something? Let me see. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Tell me what you're doing.
Galloping out of the underbrush comes a very large black bear that is gonna fucking charge that motherfucker. But
And I
not do
threw me
anything.
there because you described it as galloping, so I assumed, oh, he's a horse or a deer, and then it's like, bam.
Almost.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, he's like stocky and decidedly Reese-like. But yeah, he's gonna run up menacingly, but because I'm not Circle of the Moon, I can't attack.
I mean, you're also like level 5, and you could have done all sorts of things in Circle of the Moon with spells, but
I don't really have any good spells for this situation.
not a lightning, cold lightning,
I do.
which is like the best thing for transforming into things afterwards. But
Yeah, I do not have Cool Lightning Red.
He's a coastal, so it's like Misty Step and
sure, but he's also level 5, so as a druid he could have cold lightning.
Yeah, I changed. I usually do. I changed it out for Flame Arrows because I wanted to do that with Dev at
Cool.
some point. But
yeah, he has to concentrate on the flame arrows, don't you?
yeah,
He's concentrating on giving her arrows. The guards who were there as backup are kind of hesitating a bit. Like, they know what they were here to do, but after seeing Isaac throwing flame, they're a bit hesitant to step forward against him. Let me roll some wisdom for them. Let's see. Yeah. Naturally. Yeah, like just his his passive intimidation score is too high for them to like step against him right away because the kind of damage he does would take them down in a go. So they're kind of they have like their short sword and shield ready, but they're kind of like hesitating to jump into the fray. And that will be
Understandable.
yeah, that will be their turn. They're not like stopping you or anything, but they're kind of afraid to jump in the middle of that. Devin,
There isn't a hint. There isn't a hint that they might be jumping in against us, is there?
oh no, their like eyes are wide with fear. Like they are definitely. I rolled wisdom saves for them to like act against Isaac, and
that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. I just don't want it to be such an
No,
intimidating presence that they might be considering moving against us.
Oh no, nothing like that. They're afraid to act against
That's fine. They
Isaac.
take powers that they want.
Yeah,
All right. Is
you're not going to bruise their ego or go into attacking.
That's fine. I'm not.
Yeah,
it's your go. All right. I shall shoot him. Oh, it's not as good. 21 and 14.
The 21 will hit. The 14 will. Oh, also hit. Just.
Oh, really?
Just it. He is a big, bulky man, not a fast one.
Okay. 18 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
And 17 points of damage for the second one.
17 points, you said?
17, yes, 1
Yeah.
7.
Okay. Oof, yeah. Okay, Metamane. He's looking a little charred.
Will it take me an action to draw my weapon?
No. That's a free action. You just didn't have it in hand because it wasn't your turn to do it.
Sure, got you. I'm gonna do that. I can attack and then cast spiritual weapon because it's a bonus action. Is that
yes, it's a
accurate?
bonus action, yes.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit him with the stick. But because I've
Okay.
drawn my shield as well, because I don't want him to hit me really hard, it's only gonna be the 1d6 version if I hit at all.
Shield technically takes an action to draw. It's separate to the weapon.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
The weapon is a free action. The shield is not.
Oh,
Okay. In which case, I'll spend my action drawing my shield and staff, but then use my bonus action. I'll swing my quarterstaff over my head. From the end of it appears a green scythe that slashes across his back.
Inside.
I forgot. There we go. No, it's 16 hits, correct?
Yes.
Slashy in your back with force, but it's only 9.
Okay.
As it cuts through his back, a little pink bud appears on the hilt.
Alright, and Minar, finally it's your go.
You shouldn't go touching women without permission, Derry.
Jeez,
Fuel. 17 again to hit.
17 hits, sure.
Better damage this time. That's 19 fire.
Ooh. Describe how your newly minted blasting glove incinerates Isaac.
Oh, I was
He had
not
14.
expecting that.
He had 14 hit points left.
Yeah, it's just one of those moments where everything seems to slow down. The camera like spins around Minar just as the flame bursts forth, and it's just slow motion. It hits him straight in the chest, splashes out like you see flame, like that kind of wave of flame. Sends him a couple of feet up in the air and then lands in a smoking, charring mass.
Nice. I like it. The glove smokes, and there's like a moment where Miner's just kind of like holding it out, just kind of like, I meant to do that, or something.
Blinking at it.
Yeah, I can just kind of like see like the palm is still kind of smoking, and he's kind of like, like you said, I was not expecting that. Just like that expression on Minar's face.
The other arm coming, like the hand coming up just to push the arm down. His weapon.
Very nice.
Bran spits on him on the smouldering corpse of
Ooh.
Isaac. Told you you wouldn't swing it again.
Derry.
Oof.
Sorry, Liam.
Looks like he did need that axe to kill us, Derry.
Bran like turns, looks over his shoulder because I imagine like Isaac charged at him and then you immolated him before he like got there effectively. So Bran like turns around to see like the smoking hand come out of an ivy bush or something, and just like gives you a nod.
The bush nods back.
The secret language of nods.
Oh no.
So yeah, you guys have defeated Isaac, whatever his fucking name is, Strahd.
That was suspiciously easy.
I maybe should have adjusted his hit points higher, but I didn't feel like doing that.
I mean, also like we prepared and
We were clever about it. Actually.
Yeah.
he's just a dude. Like
Yeah.
it's understandable.
He's
I was
working.
Suddenly,
Okay.
Go down quick.
suddenly the lake starts to bubble.
Yeah.
The Hydra appears.
All the dead babies that have been thrown down there
Oh,
to assess the fish.
no one needs a dead baby Hydra, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
As you guys are kind of like standing over Isaac or whatever, Arabella starts the long rowing back to shore, like kind of like hearing like the commotion and the battle, and she starts rowing back. The guards kind of step forward and say, "If it's all right with you, we'll take it from here." And kind of like, "Sorry, we weren't much help," and kind of like hook arms under Isaac's massive shoulders and are gonna begin like dragging him back to town.
Thank you for your help there.
Brown will say, not everyone is expected to kill monsters.
Yeah. Like, you kind of get the sense that he's more dangerous to villagers and commoners than he is to actual adventurers.
Got a head too big for his britches.
Yeah. But eventually, like, Arabelle makes it to shore, and she kind of comes up to stand next to Meadowmane, and like is watching like the guards drag his body away, and she just looks up at you, Meadowmane, and says,
He was one of the empty ones. Oh, he was one of the empty ones.
You can say that again, kid.
and we'll end it there.
I really wanted to say it again.
I was waiting.